welcome back to the stream where today we're going to be playing Genshin Impact. Now I believe last time we left off with Ganyu's story quest, the overworked Kokogoat. But this time, we're going to the stressed baby, Xiao. Now, I know he's not a baby, he's like, I want to say 3,000 years old, maybe? I don't know. I know Ganyu's 3,000 years old, but I don't know about Xiao. But they're both immortal, obviously. But I actually don't remember much about his story quest. I remember there was this one guy, Star or something, like pretending to be a Yaksha. No, not a Yaksha. An Adeptus, I think? Because obviously he wasn't pretending to be a Yaksha because all the Yaksha are dead besides Xiao. Which is really sad, I'm gonna be honest. But there's these hilichurls that are glowing. And they're actually kind of glowing, sparkling like that because, that's karmic debt. And I don't know if karmic debt is solely relating to Xiao because I've seen karmic debt across Tavat. But, I believe karmic debt is like relating to gods who died who want vengeance. It's basically like their spirits cursing and making other spirits stronger. I think it'll explain it in more detail in this. Yeah, the Master of Stars Deception. Star something. Starcatcher or something his name is?
Is it just Paimon, or is there something weird about those hilichurls?
Do you not see that ominous cloud around them? They give off a sinister energy.
Paimon thinks so too. We've seen plenty of hilichurls before.
Their zen is completely off.
Guys, but this is different.
And they're glowing, Paimon.
Uh-oh. This is right by the Wangshu Inn too. Oh, the guests are in great danger.
Great danger by two hilichurls?
Now that we've seen it, if we don't do anything about it, Paimon will feel really guilty.
And Xiao has...
Let's go take care of them.
Xiao has a lot of karmic debt, which is why he doesn't go near humans, because he doesn't want to hurt them with his karmic debt. Obviously, he can't hurt us, but I don't know if he can hurt vision wielders. Because maybe vision wielders have like a resistance to them or something, but he definitely can't hurt us, which is adorable. But he wants to protect the humans. It's two hilichurls.
Into the wind.
And generally they are supposed to be harder to defeat, but that's not really hard to defeat.
These super evil hilichurls are more difficult to defeat than the usual kind too.
Ah, yes, it took 3 seconds instead of 2 seconds to defeat them.
Hey,
much more difficult.
seems like people are gathering over there.
There's the guy. Yeah, no, I don't trust those anymore. Ever since the Liyue Archon quest.
Whoa! See that guy in the mask? He scared off all the hilichurls.
Okay, I don't know if we should trust that though, because he's scaring off the hilichurls. He's not killing the hilichurls. I mean, he was using the thing relating to Adeptus art.
Oh, you mean like Xiao? Now that you mention it, this guy's mask is kind of similar to the one that he wears.
Okay,
the
but
magic
he's
he
not a
was using
Yaksha.
seemed even more Adeptus-y than Xiao's. Shall we go say hi?
Aren't the Adepti like the deer, the two birds, aren't they the Adeptus? Because I know Xiao's an Adeptus, Zhongli's an Adeptus. I don't know. All the names still confuse me to this day. But I do remember when this story quest came out. Although, Star Snatcher, that is his name. Nice. I remember it was Star something.
Allow us to introduce ourselves.
But I haven't done this in a long time.
Please, if you're here to thank me, there's no need. Cleansing the world of evil is the duty of the
Is
Adepta.
that deep voice a hoax?
Think nothing of it.
It's definitely a
One
hoax, isn't
certainly
it?
doesn't. Wait, who are you? One had assumed you were followers, but on closer inspection it seems that we have not met.
One had assumed that Adepti don't intend to gather followers. We're just travelers.
My name's Paimon, and this is my sidekick.
Sidekick.
One sees.
I'm the one that
One too
fights.
shall introduce oneself, for it is good manners
Why do you
to
have long
comply.
earlobes? A big smile, and whatever those are.
The one before you is the Adeptus, Master of Stars, though one is better known to one's followers as Star Snatcher.
You should say that you're the master of moons because Nahida said moon means illusion.
One descended
Unless
from
it was
one's
just in that
mountain
specific
abode to cleanse
case.
the world of evil, whereupon fate
Oh,
saw
hi,
fit that our
Celestia.
paths should cross. Now, tell me that which
Celestia
you
always
wish
has to
for.
appear in a story quest.
Our wishes? Paimon thought that the Adepti and Levi were just really good in battle. You mean you can grant people's wishes too?
No, they don't.
There are different levels of Adepti.
That's a giant
Are not
lie.
the stars
Adept
loftier
lie.
than the mountains, clouds, and moon? Yet, it is unbecoming of an Adepti to boast
Stop
of one's
clapping.
powers.
It is so
One would
annoying.
have you first speak to one's followers, and only then make your verdict.
I mean, I feel like I already know what I want. Lumine's literally going through all of Tavad just trying to search for answers for her brother so she can, learn more answers about what happened to him, all those type of things. Even though he did say he has all the time in the world to wait, we're searching Tavad for him. But, dude, stop clapping. That is so annoying. But we keep getting wrapped up in quests we don't want to do. Because I believe it was the Fontaine quest. I don't know about the Sumeru one. But in the Fontaine quest, we said to Charlotte, I think, that we didn't want to investigate the missing girls. Well, we ended up investigating the missing girls anyways. And in Azuma, we explicitly said, we're not here to help or stop a war. And yet they dragged us into it anyways. So, I honestly feel just really bad for Lumine. Star Snatcher, you are a lie snatcher.
Chat with them as you please.
But I don't
One
please.
will not beat one's own drum. The words of others shall ring truer.
Okay, if you're an Adeptus, why are you wearing normal mortal clothes and a mask? And look like a generally male 2 NPC.
Have you
Male
seen the
boy.
Master of
Not
Stars in action?
name.
His power truly hails from the divine.
I mean, I don't generally understand how we can know an NPC's name just by talking to them, even if they don't say their name. So they should do this for like all NPCs, like Guy or some Guy 2 or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense how we know their names, but this is Male Believer. Apparently that's your name.
I believe that now there is finally some hope for my ailing father.
Tell me about the Master of Stars. Is he a giant hoax? He's a giant hoax.
Watching him use his magic is all the proof you need. A true Adeptus, no doubt about it.
He scared off the hilly trolls. He didn't kill them.
Not long
nor
ago, I
dissipate
sought
the
some medicine from
cloud
him on
around
behalf
them.
of my ailing father. The difference with Boo Boo Pharmacy's prescriptions was like night and day, I tell you. Once it was boiled and ready, it gave off this really ethereal mist. Seemed pretty adeptal to me. Could have also been because there was mistflower in it, though.
Yeah, that is probably because there were mist flowers in it, though. Because this guy is a total liar.
Adepti medicine is surely the most potent. My father will recover soon. I just know it.
No, I honestly feel like he's gonna kill your father faster, my guy.
Sure, you have to make some sacrifices if you seek help from an Adeptus
I
like
mean,
the Master
yeah,
of Stars.
you're at your wit's
I have to
end.
give
You
a few
don't know what to
antiques as
do.
offerings.
But don't go to
But my
a
father's
random
life is
guy
worth much
who
more
just
than a few
says
old
he's an
relics,
Adepti.
right?
Man, you're idiotic.
The Millilith don't really need to do shifts when the Master of Stars is around, do they?
I mean, yeah, they do. Actually, they need to protect all of Leeway. When he's a total liar, I mean, there's other Adepti too. Do you see them around? Man, this guy is a giant hoax. How do you guys not see this? You guys are idiots. Also, aren't you like the one shady business dealer guy on the port of Liyue? You don't sound like him, but you look like him. Bolai, that's his name. You also look like the one guy that was arguing with Zhongli about the first Mora coin. What do you know about the Master of Stars?
I'm a merchant, and I had an
I can
especially
see
valuable
that.
batch of goods that needed transporting recently. So I asked the Master of Stars if he would make the journey with me.
Man just wants to
As
boost his
presumptuous
ego
as that
and
was.
his pockets.
Reason being, monsters run a mile as soon as he so much as holds up his talisman. We didn't have the slightest bit of trouble the
Yeah,
whole
have
journey.
you ever thought that it was the talisman that did that and not him? Adepti technically shouldn't need talismans, right? Where did he even get the talisman? I thought all the other Adepti took them.
It didn't come cheap, of course, but then soliciting the services of an Adeptus is a monumental affair. Just look at the rite of dissension. So I can accept it, but
What is it with all mortals and
would be
thinking
willing to.
they just have to pay Adepti for their wishes? I mean, you're not Adeptus anyways, but still. Like, they thought that for Ganyu, too.
Finally, a life full of hope and purpose.
What are your thoughts on Master of Stars?
Oh, are you believers too?
No.
After my fiancé had been left, I cried every day.
That sounds depressing.
But then I turned to the Master of Stars for help. At his suggestion, I started burning paintings of my fiancé and casting the ashes into the ocean at sunrise.
Okay, that seems like a bit of a ritual, but, I mean, good for you? I mean, that seems, that, it's a little chaotic, but that does seem like the logical thing to do if you're, like, grieving over your breakup, then? I don't know, just move on? Become a different person? I don't know.
I can't explain it, but it really worked. I know in my heart that he'll return.
Oh!
This is not some sort of positive thinking trick. I'm certain of it.
Oh, no, it is. It totally is. I didn't realize that she actually wanted him to return. Did he go missing, or did he just leave you? If he left you, he ain't coming back, girl. You gotta
I'm so
settle your
overjoyed that I have
losses.
a portion of my wedding budget to the Master of Stars as an offering.
Oh, my God.
After all, if not for him, I wouldn't be getting my fiancé back. In which case, I wouldn't need it anyway.
You're not gonna be getting your fiancé back either way. Alright. He's taking the girls... Okay. So, you're also a cheapskate.
What do you think?
That you're a
One's
cheapskate.
adherents may exaggerate a little, but they speak from the heart.
From their imaginations, I'd say you're a total hoax.
Surely you jest.
No.
There was once a senior adeptus, Xie Wuliang, known to the people as
what?
Yanzi. He said this: all things are connected. That which mortals call imagination
How? Where are
is
you?
merely the bridge
I
betwixt
need to
the
beat up this guy
spiritual
with you,
and
please.
the material. In other words, their
Cheap
wishes are already on the
dollar
path of
mask.
transitioning into reality. Does this make things clearer?
No, actually it doesn't.
Nope. It makes them way more complicated.
Exactly
But
my
basically
thoughts.
what you're saying is that their wishes can come true, right?
Yes, if they find out other things on their own instead of relying on everybody for everything. They're idiots.
Indeed. You are perceptive, my diminutive friend.
What does that mean? Stop
Okay.
using big words. I don't like this
We
guy.
also have one other question.
I mean, I didn't like him in the first
Oh?
place, but I don't like him now.
You need but ask.
Go on, take it off. Let me see. Take off your mask.
Hey, isn't that a bit inappropriate?
Yes. And?
Indeed. It would be inappropriate
What if that was
for
my
one
wish?
to remove one's mask.
One's
One
mask.
wanders among mortals, doing good and cleansing evil. One
You're a
reveals
mortal with a
not
deep
one's
voice.
visage, to
You're
avoid
fooling
further
no one
disturbance
other
to
than
this
those three
realm
idiots
than is
behind you.
necessary.
Ah, got it.
How do the
Now
why
then,
are the NPCs
what
such
are your
NPCs?
wishes?
I want to know where my sibling is.
One senses that a tragic tale lies behind this wish.
I mean, I kind of gave you a hint there that I want to know where my sibling is. That gives you a hint that my sibling is missing.
So be it. This wish is not beyond one's power to grant,
Lies.
but first, one must see some proof of your faith.
My sword?
What's that supposed to mean?
He means pay up,
The
Paimon.
way of the Adepti cannot
I
be
ain't wasting my
grasped from
money on
words
you.
alone.
Or Aether.
One must seek the profound truths that lie beyond them. Should you fail to perceive one's hidden meaning, then regrettably, one may lend you no aid.
Just tell me to.
What do we do? Paimon doesn't understand him at all.
I think he wants Mora.
Oh, that's right. Some of those believers mentioned that they had to pay a pretty sum for the Adeptus help, didn't they?
Which means he's
Well,
not an
Paimon's
Adeptus.
not forking over anymore, and we don't have anything valuable enough on us. You don't even have a vision.
Not like I could give up a vision.
Hey, why don't we make him a tasty snack? No one can resist the temptation of good food,
I mean,
can they?
sounds logical enough.
Yep, a tasty snack is sure to work.
Everybody loves food.
Why don't we head over to Wanwen Bookhouse and see if they got any new recipes in?
Wanwen Bookhouse for food? Alright, I guess we're getting a new recipe. That works. Oops. Yeah, so I realized that 4.2 is in like 1 or 2 days. I feel like it would update Monday. Or it is Monday. I feel like it would update Wednesday since all the updates are on Wednesday, though this is 18 hours, so I honestly don't know when it's going to update. Also, I got a lot of Primo Gems, which I like. Because Farina is going to be in the next banner, and I don't know who else. But in the next quest, ooh, I actually want to do this quest. Ooh, I'm gonna do Dio Travel Diary real quick. But, just so I don't miss out on that, because you can get an achievement from this. From, like, doing all specific things. But I believe the quest is called Masquerade of Guilty, which in the video that Genshin posted, like, many years ago, it basically showed a trailer for all the Archon quests and what the Archon quest names would be. Now, the Fontaine Archon quest was called Masquerade of Guilty. So that's either the last Fontaine Archon quest or one of the last ones, which is really nice. Now, Dio Travel Diary is where you have to talk to this guy, Mushang. I actually have to search up something real quick because he can be a little finicky. I ask him what he's doing. Worshipping the Lord of Geo. I take it you aren't from around here? No, I'm not even from Tevat, my guy. Oh, I should have checked my pockets for something. Crap. Dang it. Alright, I'll explain in a second. This is Giyan Temple. People in Liyue Harbor come here all the time to offer incense to the Lord of Geo and pray for good luck. Well, at least you don't buy for good luck. I live very far away, meaning I don't get a chance to come here and offer incense very often. So each time I come, I spend a little longer to make up for it. I've read a lot of ancient texts about the Lord of Geo, and the more I read, the more awestruck I am by his greatness. I mean, he's 6,000 years old. Sure, he's great, but he also obliterated an entire nation. I mean, not that he really had a choice because Celestia kind of told him to, and he's basically like one of the 7 lapdogs? I don't know. So when I think about all that he's done for Liyue Harbor, the fact that I have to travel that little bit further to offer some incense to him seems like a small price to pay. I mean, this just seems like a normal pond to me. Although it doesn't look like it has a bottom. Suspicious. You probably don't know a lot about the Lord of Geo, do you? I mean, I know him personally. I can tell you all about him if you'd like. That said, just listening to me probably won't make it sink in. I love the little stars and little dots up by his head. That's so cute. I have an idea. Go look around nearby Liyue Harbor and gather some things I can use as props. Having some props will really help bring my narration to life. What kind of thing should I get? Anything that you feel is connected to Liyue Harbor or the Lord of Geo. Though, now that I think about it, I don't know all that many stories, and not everything is worth telling. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, off you go. I mean, we're on a bridge now! This just seems like a normal pond. But, you can give him one of, how many things can you give him? I think you can give him one of 4 things, and then once you learn all the stories that he tells you of these 4 things, once he tells you the stories of these 4 things, then you basically get an achievement, which is really nice. So, I believe it was this. Nope, that's a letter from the Abyss Order. This one? Yes. Okay, so you can get God of History, God of the Stove, which is technically Gulba, God of Wealth, and the Groundbreaker. And I have the Groundbreaker. Now, for the Groundbreaker, you can give him plants and ingredients, apples, berries, bread, eggs, carrots, that type of thing. Legend of the Geo Archon, God of Stove, you can give him ores. Not gonna explain all that. God of History, you can give him some dishes, which is cool. And then God of Wealth is a tricky one. You have to give him a Glaze Lily. Now, for most of those, for the top 3, God of History, God of the Stove, and Groundbreaker, you can give him multiple things, like multiple plants or ingredients, multiple ores, multiple dishes, and it'll basically give you the same thing. But for God of Wealth, you can only do the Glaze Lily, which, I mean, doesn't make sense, but whatever. Now, if this pops up again, I will probably read the Groundbreaker again, but since it was off-stream, I just decided to not read it. I already did Groundbreaker. Let me do Wealth. Do I have Wealth? Do have Wealth. Nice. Now these flowers actually open and close throughout the day, which is actually really cool in my opinion. Alright, what did that say? Extremely ancient flower that's said to be commonly seen in Liyue. It transforms the memories of the land into its fragrance during fluorescence. Nice. Now I believe this flower also has some accordance to Guizhong. One of Zhongli's friends and fellow god. But she died 500 years ago, I want to say? I don't know. All the timeline is really confusing to me, still. Interesting. Now, where did you get that from? I heard that these are actually rare, but I literally just found them there. I've heard that this is the only found at Eugene Terrace these days. It serves as an excellent... Oh, I understand why it's wealth, because they're so rare. That makes sense. This item serves as an excellent prompt for talking about the Lord of Geo. A very considered choice. I mean, yeah, it was. But in fact, this glazed lily also strikes at the very heart of what makes Liyue Harbor tick. Confused? Think about it. What is special about a glazed lily? I mean, it's pretty and it opens its flowers and closes its flowers? It's precious. Exactly. I mean, that's kind of what I said. Glazed lily is highly precious. You can sell it for a very good price and earn lots of mora. Mora are named in honor of Morax. Wait, you can actually sell them for good mora? Man, if only you could, though. And I've been farming glazed lilies all day. Mora are named in honor of Morax. Yeah, very creative name there. Another name for the Lord of Geo. How are Archons even, like, created? How did they come into being? I have questions about a lot of things in Genshin. A lot of which won't be answered anytime soon. Although some will in the Fontaine Archon quest. So, to many people, the Lord of Geo is the god of wealth. Almost every merchant in Liyue, no matter how big and successful, will always make time to offer incense to the Lord of Geo before they go out to do business. This is quite simply because the Lord of Geo is the wealthiest person in the whole world. Yeah, I don't know if I would say that exactly. Maybe Ningguang? Ningguang truly the Archon of Geo and wealth. Because Zhongli, he ain't got a penny to his name. Even among the 7, surely he must be the wealthiest of Archons. Debatable. I mean, as Archons, possibly. But as people, no. He is not. That might actually be A. Well, that's all I have to say about that. Maybe we could talk some more next time. So then I have 2 more to collect, and then I can get an achievement. Now, I actually do still have to get a book from the one guy. Yeah, because there's Geo Travel Diary, and then I believe both of these are commissions for, like, Tiusu or whatever his name is. I don't know. I still need to get a book from him. But I don't know how I get that book, so I just occasionally, like, go over to him and, just, like, spam his chat. I'm gonna do that now. Just because I did a lot of research and it just said that you have to, like, listen to all of his stories to get a single book. Liusu. I don't know. I'm gonna listen in, but I'm not listening in. Because I'm trying to get a book, but I'm pretty sure I have to listen to all the stories, which might be a daily thing? I don't know. Please give me a book. Revealed in the next telling. I highly doubt that. Man, you should already notice that I'm very stubborn listener, I guess, even though I can't technically listen to you. Oh yeah, you might notice, did I mean to do that? What was it? There we go. You might notice this little fan here, in the bottom right corner of my screen. That is called, what even is it called? Red Feather Fan, obviously. Now, obviously it looks like Kazuha, obviously inspired by Kazuha, because I got this from the Inazuma reputation reward. Now, a long time ago, I used to always think that it would increase movement speed by 30% for 30 seconds. So I always tried to click it whenever possible. And I used to be mad at myself when I wouldn't click it for like a really long time because I just forgot about it. And like a year ago, I started to get suspicious because I noticed that it didn't really seem like my movement speed was going up by 30%. It's not moving speed, it's gliding movement speed. It possesses some sort of mysterious power. In the hands of the Tengu warriors, it can have various effects, but in the hands of an ordinary person, it can still have enough power to make one's body lighter while midair. I'll show that in a second, but I forgot to do this as well. So we're gonna do that. Get rid of those.
Lola, get them!
Can you hit that? I don't know if you can hit that. But Barbara and other catalysts are real good for this. You just spam it. What do I get from that? Oh, I get books! That's lame! I don't need these books. Well, I still do need these. Because I'm almost done raising Kazuha. I need 2 more. And like 3 more gilded skills. We'll see how that works after the stream. But it looks like the little fan that Kazuha has here. Which is really cute. I really like that. What was I gonna check? Right. Feather fan. Obviously, it makes you go faster. And I didn't realize that till either yesterday or Saturday. I was playing Genshin all weekend. But I realized that far too late.
So, you'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti?
Ah, so you're actually doing your research. That earns you 0.1 brony points.
Yes. Here, and keep the change.
You make it seem like you're so generous.
Oh, aren't you generous? Thank you for your patronage.
Yeah, that's change from a lady's wedding fund that's desperately hoping to get her fiance back, and I'm gonna be honest, she's not gonna get her fiance back. A merchant's travel fund, and a guy's medical fund that was supposed to be for his dad. Yeah, he's so generous. Cheapskate!
Hey, isn't that, Star Snapper? What a coincidence running into him again.
I'm not even gonna correct you. Coincidence or adeptance? I like Lumine. Oh, Lumine's my favorite.
Did you hear the name of the book he just bought? Was it Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti?
You can remember the book, but you can't remember his name?
Well, anyway, it was definitely a book about the Adepti. Why would an Adeptus want to buy a book about himself?
I mean, this is true. There could be narcissist adepti, but I did always find him fishy. A spy on him.
Really? What's so fishy about him?
Literally everything. His mask is ugly.
That's true. It really is.
She
Suspicious. Paimon thinks we should check out that book. Maybe we'll find out something about this guy that we can use.
Does she have another book? I mean, this is a book house, so I feel like she should have a book, but still, Jifang!
Hey there, we'd like a copy
Jifang?
of
Jifang?
Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti. Do you have one in stock?
Or did you sell your last one?
Since when did that old chestnut become a bestseller?
Adeptance?
You're a rare breed of youngster if this is what you like to read. But you should be able to find a copy
Youngster.
somewhere on that desk
You
over
don't
there.
even look that old! Alright then, you want me to search for it, lady? Oh. There it is. Oh wow, that was such a hard search.
This is the one! Let's see what it's all about, shall we?
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of
Zhongli
evil
telling
loomed
it too.
large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world.
That looks like the dragon that was in
manifesting
Inazuma.
infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, monsters, and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons.
But he's still not
They
looking
swore
at
an
us.
oath. Restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this, we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost
Purple
Yakshas,
Yakshas.
death came to 3. while the fourth vanished without a trace.
I could actually mention the
In
fourth.
the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving
Shao!
Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on
Was this
moonlit
before
nights,
we knew
in
Shao
the
or
glow
after?
from Guyon, and in the sound of the Dihua flute.
See, that's why
is his
Venti and
memory
Shao
preserved.
are friends. Because Venti plays his flute to calm Shao. It's so cute. I mean, my baby deserves relaxation. Are you gonna? There we go.
About the Yakshas, a group of Adepti who defend Liyue.
Did we like, not know this or something? Because I knew this, but whatever. The fourth Yaksha, for like the longest time before the Chasm actually came out, I was so confused by the fourth Yaksha, and I thought when it said the fourth Yaksha, it was talking about Shao going missing. But then I was like, well, he's not missing, so why did it say he went missing? I've been confused about that ever since. Ever since the Chasm quest, because in the Chasm it explains that the Yaksha and a couple Millilith sealed themselves in the Chasm with Conrian creatures or creatures from the abyss. I don't know what they're called. Basically to like help the war. They sealed themselves in there. They went insane in there, but they did that for others, and it's so sad.
Seems like a pretty niche topic.
Bosacious, that's his name.
Anything that stood out to you?
I mean, one of the Yaksha's name is Bananas, and it sounds like banana. I'm pretty sure that's the blue one. Sole surviving Yaksha?
So, there used to be 5 main Yakshas, but supposedly
Why
only
only
one of
5
them
to
is still
protect
alive
all of
today.
Liyue?
Do you think that it could have anything to do with that Star Snatcher guy?
No.
Hmm.
It's literally
No,
Shao.
surely not. He doesn't exactly give off the impression that he's been suffering for thousands of years.
Do you not remember Shao? The guy who literally saved our life in the Liyue story quest? Or not story quest, Archon quest? What about the karma?
The book says that the Yakshas, after fighting against the wrath of the gods for thousands of years, became bound by karma. Poisoned by the hateful thoughts of the gods, the Yakshas would often descend into indescribable fits of terror, rage, or agony.
Shao, my baby!
It's so tragic. After everything they went through in all their years of protecting Liyue, they got no reward.
But
and had to
Shao's
deal
still
with so much
alive.
suffering instead.
He deserves pillows and all the almond tofu. But demons. Oh, we did get Shao to smile recently, though. That's what I love. But demons.
The book says that the wrathful spirits of the gods defeated during the Archon War can sometimes cause plagues, monsters, or mutations. All of which sound pretty horrendous.
Are the Regisfites from that?
Hey, wait a second.
Are they mutations
Paimon
from the
wonders
gods? Well, I mean, yeah, that
Those
would make
super
sense.
evil
But
hilly
still.
trolls we saw earlier were the mutations that the book's talking about?
No, that was the karma around normal hilly churls.
Yep. Paimon thinks we've already summed up all the key points.
I like
So
that
back
it
to the
was
matter at
Zhang Li
hand.
that narrated
The
it,
things we need answers
but
on are,
Morax or
one, where
Rex
did those
Lapis
super evil-looking
never
hilly trolls
has
come
a
from? And
face
two,
when
what
he is
does
shown
Star
in these
Snatcher
little
have to do with the
clips.
Yakshas, right? Now to
Oh,
head
it
back to
infuriates
where
me.
this all started and commence our investigation. Let's part the fog of mystery that hangs over Dwayne Karst and let the truth shine through in its full glory.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, we're playing detective now? I mean, it's not much different from what we've been doing. We've literally been playing detective since we entered Teyvat.
To be honest, Paimon actually hopes he is a real Adeptus.
He's not a real Adeptus.
His exorcism technique seemed real enough at least.
Yeah, that's to fool you.
But if we get our hopes up,
You're
there's
gullible.
further for them to come down. So it makes sense to investigate thoroughly first.
He's not a real
just to be
Adeptus.
sure. Alright, let's head back to Wangshu Inn.
Adepti don't ask for Mora. And in fact, they'd stay away from mortals. Hey, the guy's greedy. Going back to the same place. He's just gonna stay there for like an entire day, just waiting for Mora. I mean, if he knew that he was getting Mora, I do understand that. Oh, no, dude, let me fight them. I can take them off in like 2 seconds. Please let me fight them. Don't fight them. Don't fight them. He's gonna fight them.
Flee at my command,
Fight
foul demons.
See, that looks similar to what was in the Archon quest, but it's not exactly, because it looks dark and gold. Not like pure gold. Like it was fabricated. Like that's one of the things that was used to revive Osile. Or at least free him. Still not dead, actually.
Flee!
I'm getting a little nervous, Star Snatcher.
Why won't you flee?
They gain an immunity? I don't know. Yeah, burn you out of you!
Oh, looks like Star Snatcher's in trouble.
Yeah, because
And
he's
there are
not
innocent
Invictus.
bystanders here too. We have to step in.
It's 2 hilly turtles. Oh yeah, they auto-targeted me. Oh yeah, Star Snatcher, you're so brave. Look at me, I'm so in danger. Ooh, I'm so scared of 2 hilly turtles. Ooh. I'm playing you a fool, Star Snatcher. Cause you playing those guys a fool. And I honestly don't care if you play them a fool. Because they hilly turtles go down in 2 seconds. That's honestly pathetic.
Why didn't the Sigil of Permission do anything?
Because you're not
Has
an
the evil
Adeptus.
aura of these hilly churls
Same,
grown in
Lumine.
intensity?
Same.
Sigil of Permission, huh? Now why does that sound familiar?
Get out of Jayun? Free card?
Right. It's a keepsake of the Adepti.
They
So
said
must
it was
still contain
rare.
Traces of their power. No wonder he was able to scare those monsters away earlier.
What are you two babbling on about?
You don't even know
One
about the
is merely
sigils?
Underslept, meaning that one's
Okay, so he
adeptal
didn't even
power
do his research.
is not in full flow.
Where did you
Were
get
one
the
but
sigil
given
from?
another opportunity,
Well, as it happens, there goes another bunch of evil hilly churls
Really?
over there. Should we leave them to you then?
one
Hilly turtles aren't
suddenly
threatening. They
feels ill at
throw
ease.
rocks and punch
Surely
you with a
one
right
has
hook.
overexpended one's adeptal powers. Otherwise, one would surely purge these infernal beings at once.
You're seriously pathetic.
So you were just bragging after all. We were right to be suspicious. Come on, Traveler. Looks like it's up to us. Use your elemental sight and hunt them down.
Really? Man, I gotta do their dirty work. Let me talk to you guys.
One is merely feeling unwell.
Adepti don't
One hopes
feel
that you shall
unwell
spread
unless
these
they're
tidings
cursed with
wantonly.
karmic debt, like Shao. You have done nothing to feel unwell. Unlike Shao.
It's not like the Master of Stars to fail an exorcism. Perhaps he isn't feeling well today?
Nobody's perfect, I guess. That's all I can say to you idiots.
I can't believe that the Master of Stars wasn't powerful enough to defeat those hilichurls.
2 hilly trolls and you guys were cowering. You can outrun them.
What happened there? A good thing we had you around, huh?
Yeah, call me an Adeptus. Put a mask on my face. Let me take these berries. I don't need the berries. I have like thousands of berries, but I can use them for the parametric transformer, so I don't waste any other materials. Why could I not collect that one? I thought that one was collected. Oh, that was because I already did the quest. Oh, is this where we're gonna find Xiao? Please. My baby. My baby. Yes.
Oh, it's that conqueror
Oh, did he kill him?
again. No wonder. Paimon was just wondering.
Oh,
who
yeah,
could have
okay,
made
so we
such
don't
short
know
work of
Xiao
these
as well
hilly
here.
churls.
He's not our
Let's see
friend
what a
here.
real Adeptus has to say
Private.
about all this.
So this must be just like just after the Liyue Archon quest. Xiao was one of the Adepti that said, "Hey, hey, we'll leave Liyue Harbor alone, but we'll still protect you from the sidelines." He wasn't really our friend then, but he was. Xiao, my baby,
It's you.
my
I
short
remember you.
baby.
I was purging some living beings that had been tainted
Are
by the
they
demonic.
dead?
It
They
would
don't
appear
look
that I
dead.
have caused you some trouble.
I wouldn't even be able to see them if they were dead.
He isn't usually this polite. What's going on?
Even Paimon's noticing it.
But you are exercising demons. How is that causing trouble?
My baby.
That is because
don't have a
the
moment
changes that
to fool for
occurred in
you.
these monsters stem from me. Or more precisely, from the karma I have accumulated.
Aww.
Mutations? Karma? Does that mean...
But I've seen karmic-ridden creatures across to that. Like, not in... I don't think in like Sumeru or Mondstadt or anything, but I know I saw like at least a couple in Inazuma. Were you in Inazuma, Xiao? I mean, you could go fast, but I don't know if you can teleport or not. So, Xiao is the final Yaksha? Durr.
Yeah. Paimon remembers that Xiao is also called the Vigilant Yaksha, isn't he?
It literally showed the Yakshas.
So...
Star Snatcher looked nothing
that
like
means-
him.
Oh,
Star Fraud, I should call him.
poor Xiao.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Don't be confused, Xiao. I feel bad for you. We read about your past in a book. Is that a book exactly real? How does piece of paper have your exact backstory? I mean, it's throughout history. Things are embellished in history and, like, warped through history. Whatever. We were reading a book called Yakshas the Guardian Adepti. Pretty good name for a book.
I see. You must mean that piece of literati fan fiction from a few hundred years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
All things are impermanent, and to exist is to suffer. We Yakshas
Okay,
have
that's
no need of
depressing. I
sympathy
want to
or
hug
tears.
you.
My comrades who have passed on would see your tears as a stain upon their legacy.
Oh, you don't want us.
Paimon's sorry.
You don't want anybody to cry for them because you think that it would like dishonor their sacrifices. Oh,
It matters not.
so
In any case, I am on my way to purge a cavern of demonic
he
influence.
may seem
so we shall
heartless,
part
but
ways
he's
here.
not heartless. He's protecting everyone. He's still protecting everyone, even after Zhongli retires. Zhongli, free your baby. Free your son that you saved, and yet you still refuse to say that you saved.
Wait! Take us with you! We'll be a big help. Paimon promises.
I mean, if it's couple hilly trolls, it's not really going to be much of a big deal anyways.
No need. I am used to fighting alone.
No!
And in any case, these mutations originated from me to begin with.
Ciao! Doesn't mean you have to fight them alone.
Well then... Oh! Consider it Paimon's penance for being accidentally rude just now. Please?
Yeah! Is Paimon actually crying?
Well,
Please?
come on then.
Yes! We want his favor! Woo!
So, Xiao,
Where'd the boar come from?
from the bad karma all this time?
Suffering is my price to pay for eons of endless slaughter.
Xiao, no!
I have come to accept this.
Xiao, you protect
in
people.
recent
That's not your
years,
price.
Other living things have suffered.
Why
when the
doesn't
burden should be mine
Zhongli
alone to
suffer
bear.
karmic debt?
I must
I mean, he
reflect on
suffers from
this.
erosion, and I'm surprised he's not, like, partially eroded now. Maybe he is, and he's just not telling us that he's, like, partially eroded now. Because they talk about erosion a lot when mentioning the Archons.
Time to go.
Just trying to get the mist flower, not the slimes. Xiao!
Finish your preparations, and we shall enter. We should not leave those monsters be for too long.
Yeah, see, this is actually much closer than I thought it would be, but nah, whatever. Star Snatcher's not really gonna do much, but are those Helios dead or are they sleeping? Xiao is a short baby. I mean, about as tall as my other characters, but he's still a short baby. I love him. Karmic Heavy Cavern. That's depressing. We get to play a Xiao here. Woo! Although there are always domains, almost always, as we learn in Nouvelette's story quest,
Ooh,
domains
this
in...
place gives Paimon goosebumps.
Oh yeah, would me too.
I will use the ritual known as the
It's the
Bane of all
cloud
evil
thingy!
to relieve this place of its karma.
That's creepy! But... yeah, there's almost always a domain in story quests, but not all the time, as we learned with Nouvelette's story quest, unless that one area where it was like reviewing his backstory with the Melusine and the dude, unless that was considered the domain. But I don't know. Normally there's a domain. But this is the one specific area. It's like a time, it's a place like in between time, I want to guess, because it's like so strange. Like I've seen something similar to this like when we were in the domain in the chasm, and I've seen it in so many other places. It's just the chasm specifically that it reminds me of, but I've seen this in so many specific places, it's creepy.
You must remain calm. Do not allow yourself to be affected by the lingering wrath of bygone gods.
Oh, he's still trying to help us. Oh. I forgot that it auto did his burst. I didn't do that. Quest specific effect. As a result of the buildup of divine karma in the area, Xiao will have Bane of all evil permanently activated and will constantly lose HP. Additionally, the effects of the divine karma will allow Xiao to regenerate HP when he deals damage to opponents. Good to know. Go, Xiao, go!
Useless.
I mean, he is really, really creepy. Okay, it is cool that it's getting rid of my elemental stuff there, though. But, I mean, he is edgy, yes. But he's also really cool. I don't know, that's just my opinion on Xiao.
Boring.
I mean, this is boring and useless. That type of thing. Lament. I know that's his thing. Can I? Oh, I can't hear your voice like dang it! Ah! I'd probably do more damage if I held this thing.
Boring.
There's a specific time limit, and whenever you defeat an enemy, obviously it says time between kills cannot exceed 30 seconds. Obviously, gotta make it a challenge. Booski! Oh, I didn't realize I had two. I just auto that. Does he actually like auto heal himself?
That must be the power you got for being a vigilant
Are
Yaksha,
we
right?
not helping him at all?
I
Canonically?
just realized that you only wear your mask when you're fighting the big
Oh yeah, I
guys.
forgot. Oh, I forgot that he had a high
The
jump.
guy wears his mask the rest of the time too.
Star Snatcher. I am aware of no Adeptus by such a name.
If you're aware of no Adeptus by such name, then he's not an Adeptus.
Wow. We'll continue this discussion later. You should focus on your battle for now.
Yeah, okay, so we're just not helping him. Oh, god dang it. I keep forgetting that he does most damage when he's plunging. Well, I think most damage. Yeah, it's always finicky with this stuff with me. I wonder if you can actually, like, die here. I'm not gonna do it because then I'm gonna have to fight all those enemies again, probably, but I'm actually curious. Yeah, his burst does take his HP, but I don't remember if he actually does heal himself or not. And unlike Hu Tao, I don't think, oh god, what was it? Oh yeah, if his HP is low, I don't think he does extra damage like Hu Tao does. I mean, he is really useful when you're gliding with him though, because you can do his little zoomies in the air too. So that's really nice. His little zoomies with the feather fan, that'd be really cool. Can't use it during combat, of course. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of you, because you're a healer. And you're just annoying.
Worthless.
I keep forgetting about— oh no! I keep forgetting about his plunging thing. I should actually take the slime near you. Oh, I just realized they do have karmic debt. Just so I could do a little animo swirl thingy. Yeah, Star Snatcher is worthless.
We came here. An unusual number of living things had fallen under infernal influence.
How are domains canonical exactly? Like, what are domains?
Unthinkable.
In the lore speaking.
This Star Snatcher you speak of. What is the situation?
He's an idiot prying people for money.
I'll tell you.
An adeptus who grants wishes. To think that people could be so easily deceived by such blatant lies.
See, Genshin should do that more often. Just do a black screen, because that's what shows do as well. Where I don't have to read anything that goes by too quickly. You have a little blue hair right there. That's adorable.
As an adeptus, do you have the power
I
to
wonder if
grant
his hair
wishes
glows when he uses his burst.
The Liyue of yesteryear
I mean,
would
I
never
saw
ask
that
the
his
adepti for
tattoo
boons unearned.
was that,
Millennia ago,
I think
the
his tattoo is
ancestral
actually
people
of
Liyue
a bird.
asked for nothing more than the
Which
strength to defend
makes
the
sense,
land they called
because
their
I
home.
think a lattice means like wind or bird or something.
To be honest, an adepti who grants people's wishes is probably more appealing to people nowadays.
Appealing, yes,
However
not
feeble
believable.
people nowadays may be, they are not my concern. I concern myself only with following Rex Lapis's original decree.
Protecting them!
Oops. Paimon spoke without thinking again. Oh,
Yeah, you do that a
One
lot.
more thing. That fake adeptus has a sigil of permission. It's what he uses to exorcise demons.
He doesn't
Wait.
exercise them.
Truly? Fool. Exorcising demons without exterminating them. It is no wonder they have been congregating here.
That's what I was
If this
saying.
continues, things may spiral out of even my control.
Even out of
We
your
must
control.
confiscate his sigil of
Zhongli?
permission.
Ah, no, screw Zhongli. We just need me and Xiao. That's all we need. I think I'd also like to teach him a lesson.
Great minds think alike. Paimon agrees.
Paimon,
We've
you
gotta show
believe that he
trickster
was a
what
real
you get
Adeptus
for
till
trying to
Xiao
fool
said
us.
he wasn't.
And it just so happens that we've got a real adeptus with us too.
Ha
If
ha
Xiao
ha.
were to teach
But
Star
Xiao can't go
Snatcher a
near
lesson,
him.
You can bet he'll never dare to pose as an adeptus ever
It may
again.
not seem it, but Xiao has a lot of karmic debt.
No. I only slay demons. I do not kill mortals.
Pity.
Who said anything about killing him?
I did. It shouted too.
It would certainly benefit Liyue if you
love
could
that.
convince him to cease his wicked ways. I possess an art called Dream Trawler. It is normally used to separate the soul from the body, that one might
Ooh.
cultivate oneself in a waking dream.
Right, because your old master basically forced you to take the dreams from people and basically replace them with nightmares, basically torturing you, which was the absolute worst. And then Zhongli saved you believe this is just like a random god. But, and then Zhongli saved you, named you Lattice, and then had you sign a contract to protect people. And then Zhongli would also protect you, which is adorable. Even though he refuses to say that he protected Xiao, I don't know why he does. But you have a thing relating to dreams, which is adorable.
But it can also be used to call forth the spirits of others.
Oh, you're gonna call forth the spirit and terrify the crap out of
That's
him.
a real adept.
You're gonna terrify the spirit out of him.
A ritual must be performed for this art to be used.
Ooh.
Assist me in gathering a few items. A censer, 7 lamps.
I remember
and
where to
something
get
reduce
these.
the temperature.
Well, the
Reduce the
sensor and 7 lamps, I think.
Oh, some mist flowers will probably do, right?
I just
But as
collected
for
a
the
mist flower. I
sensor
didn't
and
even
the
mean
7
to.
lamps,
I actually don't remember Shadow's Story Quest.
probably not the kinds of things you're gonna just stumble across in the wild.
Yeah, probably not.
Do you know of the 2 Yaksha statues that stand guard beside a merchant road on the southern face of Mount Tianheng?
Yaksha
The
statues?
ancestors of the people of Liyue built shrines there to honor the Yakshas. You should still be able to find some ceremonial items there.
It's a broken house.
Once you have found them, meet me at the Yaksha statues after nightfall, and I will teach you how to use this art.
Okay, but doesn't that house actually have some lore to it? Like your old Yaksha, not Yaksha, your old Adeptus friend was like there? And he was like in a bird form, and he was like a talking statue. I don't know if I did that quest already, or if it's in like some other quest. I completely forgot about like everything. It's over here. Now, what he means by statues, I'm guessing are these 2 statues, but I thought those were Millilith statues. Because they look like giant Millilith. So I don't know. Maybe they are Yaksha statues, maybe they're not. Maybe he was talking about the Yaksha statue in, not Yaksha, Adepti statue inside of this building. So there's bird statue.
Ooh, this temple will probably have the kinds of sensors and lanterns that Xiao wanted us to pick up.
There's a sensor. Yeah, here was this guy, but I don't remember if we talked to him yet. But I remember Xiao talking to him and it being like a really sad quest. Hi, why are you
The
here?
spirit soars the mountains high, while the body rests as the world
You want me to
goes
do
by.
something for you to get these
Sorry to
sensors and
interrupt
lamps,
you,
don't you?
But
We'd like to borrow your stuff. Your ancient stuff.
Well, I'll be. Isn't that something?
Something?
A pair
What is
walk into
something?
a shrine, neither to seek nor worship gods or adepti, but to pilfer the tools of worship for their own ends.
Actually, no, we're doing this for an Adeptus. Kind
we
of.
know it's rude to ask, but we just need them for a short while. Honest.
For the dream trawler ritual, I trust.
Yes, how did you know,
How'd
actually?
you know that?
I have been in this shrine for far longer than you would expect. Perhaps as a reward for my faithfulness, I have been endowed with some understanding.
Wait,
of the
how are you
adepti
alive?
arts.
Wait! Oh my god, I didn't even realize it was you! Okay, I'll explain this a little later if it's not explained.
Wow. Paimon's never heard of that happening
How
before.
do we already know your name, Pervases? I mean, I know your name, because
matters
I know
not.
you, but...
Take what you need. It is a fortuitous thing that these items may be of service to
Yeah,
you.
I understand why you know what we need these for now.
They serve little purpose here, in any case.
Well, something on your mind?
Hmm.
I mean, I did take those bird eggs.
Nothing that you need concern yourself with. Please, take what you wish.
Is it gonna explain who you are, though? Because I think when I was first doing Xiao's story quest, I didn't understand who this Pervases guy was.
Hmm.
But now I remember who he was.
Nothing that you need concern yourself with. Please,
Oh my god, that
take
was
what you wish.
There's a bell in there. Yeah, I'm just gonna lug this across Leeway, thanks.
This sensor should be fine.
Can I just like put in my ceramic teapot and then transport that way? That'd be much easier.
At least it isn't as run
Speaking
down
of
as
ceramic
the
teapot, I
shrine.
need to do a quest for that quickly. Well, after this. You return the vicinity of the temple, transferring
so next,
items.
we
I
just
don't
need to grab the 7 star lamps, right? The
know.
sooner
I
we
wonder
start,
where
the
they
sooner
are.
we'll be done.
Okay, but I don't know if it explains who Pervases is. Because he's someone important, and I'm not gonna mention it just in case it does mention him, because I actually kind of like Pervases. I mean, he's not that too big of an influential character, but I still kind of like him. I like that it fades away like that. That's adorable. Why does Celestia always have to be so creepy? I mean, it's just floating in the sky, but it's really, really creepy. Now, I've always struggled with this. I always struggle with finding the last
Paimon thinks
7
we've
star
got all the
lamp.
ones we can use now. But let's say
Pervases!
bye to that guy before we leave, shall we?
Pervases gone. Why are we going to the statue?
Where'd he go? He was right here.
He disappeared.
I presume that once you had acquired what you came for,
Okay, so it does
you would
explain
forget
who
about me
Pervases
and
is.
simply be on your way.
This is Pervases.
It's that guy's voice. Hello?
He's not a stone statue. He's actually a spirit, I think.
Where are you?
Spirit of an Adeptus?
My physical form ceased to exist
Why do you
over
always do
1,000 years
birds,
ago.
though?
What you witnessed earlier was an illusion, created by the Adepti art known as mortal lingering.
Mortal lingering? Is that what Zhongli is doing currently?
Now that you have taken the 7-star
I mean,
lamps
Zhongli's
and
not
sensor
technically
used
dead,
in the
but-
mortal lingering ritual, my form is no longer visible to you.
So, you're a ghost?
I was once a junior in the Order of the Yakshas, bestowed with the name Pervases by Rex Lapis himself. Yet my strength failed,
Wait.
and I was slain in battle.
Wait, you were a Yaksha? No. Hold on, let me search up the Yakshas. No, you weren't a Yaksha, you were an Adeptus. There's Bosacius, Indurus, Bonanus, Mnogius, and this says Atlantis, but I think they mean Alatus, which is Shao. No. You're an Adeptus. Unless I'm getting confused about Adepti and Yakshas and that type of thing, I feel like you meant Adeptus.
Today is the anniversary of my death.
No!
My last wish was to see a modern Liyue.
And then I
so
took your
the liberty of
stuff!
performing this ritual here. That aside,
You performed the ritual for
you
yourself?
were sent here by the Conqueror of Demons, were you not?
How do you know that?
So, you two know each other then?
I sense his aura upon you. That and the heavy burden of his karma.
I feel bad for him.
Even after
Although
all
you do
these
have a pretty
millennia,
tail.
he still must endure such tremendous suffering.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
I am truly ashamed.
Oh.
Don't say that, Pervases. You sacrificed your life for Liyue, didn't you?
I actually don't remember
Life
the
is
story
a
of
precious
Pervases.
thing, yes. But when I think of the burden that the Conqueror of Demons must bear, death seems to me to have been the easy way out.
Oh,
The selfish
Pervases.
indulgence, even.
Pervases.
It's sad.
I apologize.
Apologize.
Birthdays are joyful occasions.
Birthdays.
But by the same token, it is hard not to be melancholy on the anniversary of one's death.
I was like, whose birthday is it today?
The mortal lingering will not last much longer. Take care, you two. And please pass on my regards to the Conqueror of Demons.
You take care too, Pervases.
If only I could taste some authentic grilled ticker fish once more.
Can I?
By way of
I know he can't eat it, but can I, like, offer it to a statue or
By
something?
wind and snow, I slay evil.
Huh?
Aww.
Looks like he's gone then. Paimon really hopes that at least someone will remember Pervasi's the Yaksha.
Was he only able to do that for a short time, or was he only able to do that on the anniversary of his death? I still don't understand that completely.
We should get going.
But I feel bad that this
Let's come
place is
back
in
here and make an offering
disrepair.
sometime.
We gotta make an offering of whatever dish he mentioned. He mentioned something about fish? Head to the Yaksha statues after nightfall. So those are Yaksha statues. I can jump off the Jade Chamber. Hehehe. It's actually fun to do that. Whee! No, those look like Millilith statues, but alright. I see, I'm slowly remembering this, but I don't remember it entirely. No, I thought those were Adepti. Not Adepti, Millilith. I mean, those look like Millilith, because apparently they all use polearms. There's a little pot here. Oh, Nightfall, right. I completely forgot about the most essential part. Nightfall after... What is that, 6? Yes, it is, because I saw Shao up here. That was very menacing. I saw Fontaine from there! Hey, Shao!
Have you gathered the items for the ritual?
Can we beat this guy up yet?
This sensor and these lamps. Their designs are flawless. Almost as if they were made specifically for use in the Adepti arts. Where did you come by them?
Didn't you tell us where we could find them? Or did you not know these would be here? We got them from a Yaksha named Pervases. I feel like he was an Adeptus, not the Yakshas, because I feel like the Yakshas were only those 5 Yakshas. Though I don't know.
Oh, and, he says hi.
Pervases.
And then he feels bad for you.
Yes. This does have the hallmarks of something Pervases might do.
Wait, did he create these just for us? I mean, I know he did the ritual for himself, but oh, he kept the stuff?
As I thought, it seems that he could not leave Liyue behind, either. I hope that its present state will allow him to rest in peace.
Shao, this is so sad.
Well then, let us begin preparing for the ritual. Place the censer in the middle, and surround it with the 7 star lamps. Adorn the area with the items of abject cold. Once this is done,
I mean, I can't completely
proceed.
surround it because it's circular and, you know, this ledge is here, but I could surround it like that, like a C. Prepare the ground
yes, this will
for
do.
Dream Trawler. Only
Now,
3?
The next
Mist
step
flowers?
is the key to performing Dream Trawler.
I wonder if it actually got rid of the mist flowers in my inventory.
There are 4 steps to performing this ritual. Offering incense, meditation, incantation, and loosing an arrow.
Okay, I know how to do a couple of those.
Seems like a real rigmarole.
Yeah.
Adepti arts are the product of millennia of study by Adepti. Do not dismiss their mystical workings as rigmarole.
I mean, I don't even know what that word means, but sure.
Failure to take this seriously could cause the technique to devour one's own body.
Oh.
Or cause the spirit to be sundered from one's flesh permanently.
You know, I honestly expect that from something like this.
Stop talking. Paimon's sorry.
Paimon, you should stop talking.
When offering the incense, we place the
You're
incense
insulting
into
more
the
people
censer
than I
with
am.
reverence for Rex Lapis in our hearts.
Oh, it's even carved.
Meditation is to empty ourselves of trivial thoughts and to focus on the target of the art we are performing.
Are we gonna go cross-legged, have our... Dude, like the okay fingers, and then just say a lot until, you know, we capture the guy's soul?
Then we shall recite the incantation in a
Guy's
loud
probably
voice.
sleeping by now. He's gonna be
Devayaksha,
terrified
bring
of his
forth
mind.
sin.
Devayaksha, bring forth sin?
Finally, We will loose an arrow towards each of the Yaksha statues to enlist their authority for our contract.
Yeah, yes, we're gonna shoot them.
If all goes well, Star Snatcher's soul will be brought forth
If
shortly.
all goes well, then his soul will be brought forth. If all goes wrong, then my soul will be brought forth.
If you have no other questions, let us begin.
But Xiao's still helping us, too! He's like holding our hand in all of this. I love that. Alright. So, meditation? Incense.
Then we meditate.
I mean, we know how to create
Paimon
incense.
really doesn't want to think about that fraud.
Then don't think about him. I thought you had to think about Zhongli. You're technically Morax or Rex Lapis or whatever. Where's Xiao in all this?
Bring forth sin!
Are they gonna go or something?
It looks like the Yaksha statues
Oh!
are glowing at the waist. So we just fire one arrow each at the glowing parts, right?
Okay, so that's some goddamn ritual. Alright, we're gonna get our trusty dusty Amber.
At the ready.
She's at the ready, guys. Did that work? Oh, it worked!
We finished
Probably.
the ritual.
I mean,
And
we're next to
we
Xiao,
followed
so I
all
assume
the
it worked.
instructions to the letter.
Where is his hole?
Close enough.
Close enough! Excuse you.
Leave the rest to me. You two get ready to greet him.
Oh, I'm gonna punch his soul face.
Where is one?
Does he wear his
You two
mask
look
while
familiar.
he sleeps?
What's with one's body? One feels light, weightless.
And yet you still talk like that? You are such an imposter. Guess what? You're dead.
Dead.
Yes, I like having this kind of power over somebody.
Impossible. One was just lying in peaceful repose at Wangshu Inn.
Okay, where? Wangshu Inn is said its name is Wangshu Inn. As in an inn. But it doesn't have rooms.
Wait, that must be it. Of course it must. As expected of an adeptus such
You
as
lying in
oneself.
Smiley's kitchen or something?
One must indeed be in a dream.
Oh, you wish.
There's no helping this guy, is there?
You're not dreaming. Dreamers, after all, feel no pain. I like this kind of power. Xiao, you should not give me this kind of power.
Huh? What is the meaning of this?
Oh, I'm gonna
Do you
punch
truly think
you.
that one will permit such insolence in one's own dreams?
Alright, time to take him down a peg.
Please? Do I actually get to fight? Oh, heck yeah. Oh, god dang it, I forgot I still had Amber.
What? Such impertinent.
It's so
Hey,
weak.
hey, stop it! Stop it! Ow! What's happening? Is this really
I
not
want
a
to see
dream?
hear his actual stuff. Is he actually gonna attack me, or? I mean, I like that he's glowing and all that, but are you gonna like do something, or are you just gonna go? All right. Oops. Oh man, that was lame. I mean, I wasn't expecting much of a
Please stop.
fight, but still.
I surrender! I surrender!
So, are we still gonna do this one self song and dance?
No! No, never again. You almost killed me.
That's a complete lie.
Oh, how did I ever have
I
the
was almost killed
misfortune
by
to
a
meet you
god
two?
multiple times, my guy. He is a literal adeptus.
Please, great Adepti, spare my
Where did
life.
you even get
I
the
won't do
sigil
this ever
from?
again, I swear it.
Mortals shouldn't have sigils. First, it's the Harbingers. Second, it's you.
We did call your spirit here, but we're not Adepti. He, however, is.
Respect him and other adepti that saved your useless life.
You deceive the masses with quackery. Masquerade as an
Quackery.
adeptus. Exorcise demons without exterminating them. and display a callous lack of regard for life. One day, you will reap that which you have sown. For those who invite the infernal into their lives, there is no redemption.
Translation, you're going to hell.
You're...
He's an actual Adeptus.
Seems like Xiao's got him scared stiff.
But is that really gonna make him stop because he took the people's money? You gotta admit to the people that you were lying to them. I mean, it's 3 people, but still.
Oh, great Adeptus. Might I ask your name?
Vigilant Yaksha.
It really is you.
I like the Vigilant
It's
Yaksha
truly
better
you.
than Conqueror of
Never
Demons.
in my life did I imagine that I might meet the Conqueror of Demons, the Vigilant Yaksha himself.
Now is not the time to be a fanboy, dude. Read the room.
You know about Xiao?
I mean, I feel like all people from Liyue would know about Xiao.
Of course. My grandfather was a folklorist. I learned the tales of the Conqueror of Demons at his knee.
And yet you didn't think that he would eventually interrogate you someday and threaten you.
To this day, I am an avid collector of books concerning the Yakshas.
Then why did you pretend to be one?
But ever since I discovered a
An
sigil of
Adeptus, or whatever.
permission while rummaging through my grandfather's personal effects,
How did your grandfather have a sigil of permission?
at first
Those things are
I was
ancient.
just imitating the Adepti for fun. But
And
slowly,
then you did it for money.
I began to stray further and further from the righteous path.
Further and further from God.
Huh. So to sum you up, you're Xiao's biggest fan?
Paimon, no, he's not. I am.
Yes. Thank you both for allowing me to witness the Conqueror of Demons in the flesh. It's like a dream come true.
Okay, this wasn't supposed to be a dream come true. We're supposed to be threatening you right about now. I feel like this went the opposite way that it was supposed to.
That wasn't quite our intention.
We literally just beat you half to death and you're fanboying right now. Stop!
Please allow me to swear this oath.
You are
before
so
the
much
great
taller than Xiao, I
Conqueror of
love it.
Demons.
I love that so much. He's just smiling about it. At least take off the mask so I can see who you are. Because apparently you sleep in that mask.
I swear to turn away from evil, to live an honest life, and to never again stain the name of the Adepti.
You're human. I highly doubt you're gonna abide by your word.
I will remember your oath. Now go.
Ooh!
Thank you. 1,000 thanks for your forgiveness. And for
I mean, he
all
didn't say
you
that
have
he'd
done
forgive
for
you. He
Leah.
said that he'd remember you.
He seemed very earnest when he was making that oath there.
If he
Yes,
could just,
he
like,
won't be
leave
tripping
at
anyone
any
anymore.
time, why didn't he leave when he was initially scared of us?
Oh, wait. We haven't gotten the sigil of permission back yet. Let's head over to Wangshuin first thing tomorrow and look for him.
It is first thing tomorrow. But I gotta get rid of Amber because she is not built. Did Tooth Paimons just disappear? Tooth Paimons just disappeared! It was Story Quest Paimon, and it was the Paimon that appears.
Just sharpen my spear.
When you go into the this area. Oh, that's funny. Alright. Where are the rooms, though? It's called an inn. I don't see the rooms. It goes up onto a balcony, and then this leads nowhere. There's no door here. There are no rooms here. That's just the observe. I mean, unless they're sleeping in, like, cupboards or being identical to Harry Potter or... I don't know. There are no rooms here. Why is it called Wangshu Inn if it's not an inn? It has one room, and that room just so happens to be the kitchen.
Too salty.
Very large kitchen. Yeah, exactly. Too salty to be an inn. There are no rooms for Goldette.
Hey there,
Boss
boss.
lady.
Star Snatcher's staying here, right?
Star
Where, though?
Smasher. You mean the false adeptus who wore a mask?
I like how Boss Lady just immediately knows. Man, you're smart, Boss Lady. Understandably so, because, I mean, you're partial boss of an inn that doesn't have rooms.
He signed in here under the name Wong Ping An.
That's lame. So, a really, really ordinary person after all. Wow!
He's already checked out. He said he wished to go on a solo pilgrimage.
Did he leave anything behind?
Ah, yes. He also requested that I give this letter to a traveler who journeys
Letter?
together with a talking fairy, should they come asking for him.
Talking fairy? Well, at least that's better than emergency food.
Talking fairy? Who's that?
I wonder.
Well, anyway,
You
must be the
are a
traveler.
fairy.
Here's the letter.
If not, what else are you? You get mad at everything else that everybody calls you.
How strange that he would leave a letter for us. Is this the final attempt to fool us, maybe?
No, I actually think he's being genuine, surprisingly.
Come on, open it. Paimon's curious.
So am I.
Huh?
Oh
Seems
my
like
god.
he actually left us a few nice trinkets.
Alright, well, I do actually want to read this because I probably didn't read it before. By the time you read this letter, I will have embarked upon my journey of self-improvement. I regret that I cannot apologize to the two of you in person, but I hope that you will forgive me. Ah, heck nah. Especially after what Pravisi said. It's sad. Since Conqueror of Demons appeared to me in a dream, it's not a dream. Alright then. I have not slept. Oh. Well, alright. My nights have been spent thinking about how I may fulfill my vow. It's literally been a night. If not a few hours, dude. What do you mean your nights? Plural. Not only have I deceived you two, but I have also exploited the hopes and dreams of my believers. Yeah, give their money back. A cheapskate? People in dire straits oft become weak, thirsting blindly after something to believe in. That's what I was saying. With my lies, I brought them false salvation, while their true desires grew farther and farther away. I know that in the long era, the desires of mankind were not as complicated as they now have become. Yeah, people have become cheap. The Conqueror of Demons shouldered the desires of Liwei's people as he contended with demons. Wearing his mask, he concealed the weakness brought by human desire. Oh. As a false adeptus, I am one who always wears a mask. A true adeptus only needs to wear it when facing demons. Okay, why though? I mean, I saw in the story that all the other yakshas wore the masks, but like, why do they wear masks? I wonder if there's actually like story behind that or something, like if they get more karmic debt if they don't wear masks? I don't know. If I wear a mask to hide the evil that has corrupted my heart, then the Conqueror of Demons wears a mask to hide the part of him that is human. Oh, Shao! I mean, he's not human, but he is too. Oh, baby! And yet he wears the face of a demon king that he might subdue all demons. Okay, Demon King, that's a cool name instead of Conqueror of Demons. But Demon King would be a little off-putting because King of the Demons, I don't know. Once I realize this, I become deeply aware of my own ugliness, and I understood what it truly means to be an adeptus. Yeah, you didn't realize that before? You literally said that your grandpa told you legends about the Adepti and Yakshas. You're lame, dude! I set off on this journey over hill and river, strengthening my body and spirit, not because I harbor any hope of fully atoning for my sins. I do it only to earn the right to be counted among the believers of the Adepti. Yeah, you're only doing this because Shao told you that you're going to hell for what you did. The Abyss? I don't know. I've already asked someone to return the money I cheated others of. You asked someone to do it. You should do it yourself. Take the blame, dude. A few goods remain in my possession. They are of no use to me on my journey of self-improvement. Please take them. Please take the sigil of permission that my grandfather left me as well. I am no longer worthy of it. You weren't worthy of it in the first place. I wish that you will be granted that which you desire. Maybe we meet again. I hope we don't meet again. Wang Pingan, a sinner. Oh, I like that he adds sinner to the end.
Along with... Woohoo! The sigil of permission!
That's initially what I was looking for, but he did say he has given me stuff, so... I mean, win-win.
Paimon hasn't met a bad guy like him in a long time.
Paimon, I feel like this was, like, right after... Like, canonically right after, the Liyue Archon quest. I mean, it's all thanks to Xiao.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go take the sigil of permission to Xiao, shall we?
We should actually get rid of all the sigils of permissions in Liyue so that nobody abuses them. We literally had one guy that was able to replicate the sigils of permissions to basically unencase a god that was encased in stone. Like, who does that? Other than crackheads. Who does that? Wait, where's Xiao? Is he in the kitchen? Oh, he's in the kitchen! Hi, Xiao! I thought you were up on your balcony!
There you are!
Can I eat with
the
you?
sigil of permission back. Do you want to take it?
Oh, wait, I remember this.
You have my thanks.
May I take your order, sir?
Sir! He's gonna nab this.
One grilled tickerfish.
Oh, wait! Okay, Xiao said he didn't like mortal food, but he's doing this for Pervases.
Certainly. We'll prepare it for you immediately.
Get me two! So that I can have one, and then I can give one to the Pervasi statue.
Huh. No almond tofu this time? Well, that's not like Xiao.
Do you remember Pervasi's at all, Paimon?
Tickerfish was Pervasi's favorite dish.
Do you guys all have favorite dishes?
I just wanted to see how it tastes.
Oh, that is so precious.
Huh.
Is that an
By
actual
wave and
dish?
storm I hunt for fish. By wind and snow I slay evil.
That's what Pervasi said.
Was there anything else? I am accustomed to eating alone.
But I want to eat with you, please. Oh. All right, we'll leave you be then.
And so, Detective Paimon and the trusty traveler solved the case and quietly slipped away.
I don't know about quietly. You fly, but you're not necessarily quiet. Oh, but that's so sad. Why are you sitting in a different chair than you were before? Can I talk to you? I want to talk to you. Oh, Xiao seems a bit lost in his memories. Best we don't disturb him. Oh, Xiao! I feel so bad for him. He's gone through so much. Now, since Venti does actually have some accordance to Xiao, we're going to do his story quest. Because, I mean, we did all the other Archon story quests. I didn't realize that we only had this much left. Nice. We're going to do Venti's story quest. Venti's story quest, obviously, is sad too. Let me remember. Her quest is kind of sad because she's just so stressed she gets sick. His quest is sad. Her quest is... Well... Her quest is about being broke, I think. Her quest is sad. I don't remember her quest. Ayada's quest, I think that's like of him marrying two people or something. Gilon's quest, I don't think is sad. It's just recruiting people to, whatever the Liyue boss people are called. I forgot what they're called. His is about adopting, basically a mecha. Because I don't know what else to call it. And then... I don't know what else. I mean, I think it was up till Nilu's that I just basically skipped through them. Because I skipped through most of the later ones, but I do remember bits and pieces from them. And obviously some quests do have prerequisite quests. What are the prerequisite quests for this? Get the butterfly flutters away. The world of Aranara. Maybe those are world quests? I don't know. We're gonna do Carmen Day. Mentees chapter. A child's secret. Head to a certain spot in the Animal God Statue Plaza. At the feet of the Animal Archon statue in the plaza, in front of the Mondstadt Cathedral, you and Paimon discover a little girl playing with her imaginary friend. Now, all the other Archons had 2 story quests. Venti only has 1. And I believe that could partially be because, like, all the Archons are hiding things from us. Not even Nahida's an exception. Even she's hiding stuff from us. Which makes sense. She's the Archon of Knowledge. I forgive her. But, it could also be because there could be more Mondstadt that will be unlocked later down the line, because Mondstadt actually has a dock that hasn't been unlocked yet. I don't know why. Maybe it'll be like something in Snezhnaya, but there's like a dock right here, and it's said in a bunch of voice lines. I just don't remember what voice lines. Did I not track the quest? I gotta check that. I remember this story quest being a little terrifying at first. I didn't. Daddy! Oh, child. Bouncing up and down. That's not the side we came from, but alright then.
Look over there!
She's talking to herself. Look, crazy lady.
She's all by herself, right?
Do you see anyone else?
Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. Paimon's creeped out.
I was creeped out before. She's a child. Children are scary. I had an imaginary friend too when I was a kid. I mean, I did too. But I'd love to see baby Lumine and baby Aether.
What? You mean you used to act like that too?
Okay, so Venti's story quest was obviously very early game. And Paimon's opening her mouth like really wide, like not like she would normally do. Obviously, early game.
So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination?
Imaginary means in your imagination. So you're imagining the person. They're not real, but you like to think that they're real just to have fun. I don't know, kids are creative.
Imaginary. Imagination.
Come on, they're so similar.
Oh, you must mean imagined friend, right?
That's literally the same thing.
So, this imaginary friend of yours, when does Paimon get to meet them?
We don't hang out anymore? Paimon, I don't think you would understand the concept of an imaginary friend.
Seriously? So, imaginary friends just disappear when you grow up?
Tragically.
Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours.
Paimon, that's not how it
don't
works!
Suppose your brother has an imaginary friend too.
I mean, sure, that would be adorable.
No way! You guys are so lucky!
Paimon, you're like a child. Just imagine someone talking to you and just have fun. That's literally all it takes.
Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
A 4-player game? Do you mean Foursquare?
Oh, Traveler.
Hi, Venti!
You here?
He ran up here. Wait. We don't want to see that. Yeah, he ran.
Tone-deaf bard. What are you doing here?
It's literally his nation by his statue. I'd be surprised if he wasn't here. Also, he's a bard.
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
Are you gonna show it to us? You and your fake vision?
Lisa's contraptions make Paimon so nervous.
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa.
She still terrifies me. In the one quest with Klee, she said I was actually surprised when she didn't call us cutie originally. And then I streamed it off, or I played it off the stream because during the stream it would be the end of the event. Yeah, she called us cutie.
For this particular contraption,
which is really
Lisa
creepy.
had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Huh?
Dangerous?
A monocle equipped with some sort of detector?
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called an Ernama detector.
That sounds like R&R.
Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out for her, to see if it actually works.
You're testing out a monocle. I'd love to see Venti with a monocle.
Lisa use it?
I mean, I've seen Paimon with a monocle and a mustache, but Venti? Come on.
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it.
I mean, she has an electrovision. Those with electrovisions are literally seen as weird in the eyes of others.
If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
No thanks.
So, you can
Venti, why do I have to stare at your bare feet?
What does his imaginary friend look like?
Paimon, you don't get it!
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, traveler.
You're just gonna ignore her!
See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Nora? Oh, the little girl. How did you know her name?
Do you see him?
You know, sometimes I actually forget that Venti is an Archon because he's so goofy and silly, and yet I feel like in reality he's not that goofy and silly because he's 2,600 years old. He's got some experience. But I don't know, he's hiding a lot from us. I feel like he's one of the couple Archons that's actually hiding the most from us. They're suspicious. I mean, they seem like they're best friends, but how is this possible? You're literally seeing into the minds of a child with a monocle. That's not physically possible, but it's Teyvat, so apparently it is physically possible.
Huh, so it does work for you two.
Does it not work for you?
Paimon wants to see? Wait, but this gizmo isn't in Paimon's size.
Paimon's size? What do you mean it's a monocle?
You'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the
How do
ground.
monocles even
Let's
stay
just
on
see
your
what
face?
everyone's imaginary friends look like.
They look like they're invisible. But I do remember one imaginary friend that's actually not part of the main quest, but
The flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary
I mean, her
friend.
favorite flower literally is the bloaty floaty. I'd be concerned if she wasn't floaty-headed. Also, she is a child. Of course she's floaty-headed, as Paimon puts it. She's a child. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, wait, no, I remember this. Don't mind us, Donna. Her imaginary friend is a bloaty floaty.
Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora. A bloaty floaty.
Can you say floaty any more times?
Wait,
It
imaginary
doesn't
friends
make
can
sense.
be plants now?
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard.
You just refer to him as Bard. He's literally your Archon. I love that Venti is just hiding in plain sight. Can I ask you a question? Why is your imaginary friend a bloaty floaty?
Sure. How can I help?
Who's your friend?
Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Most people can't see him.
Ah, yeah.
Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
That would be so cute if Lumine's imaginary friend was like a different interpretation of Aether, and Aether's imaginary friend was a different interpretation of Lumine. That would be so precious.
No fair. Paimon hates feeling left out.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's
That's
wrong
my
with
question.
it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
I mean, technically plants are alive, so she's got a point.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then
I mean,
when
I
it's
just got
windy,
2
you and your friend
succulents
can fly off into the sky together.
on
You gotta
Saturday,
admit that's
and they're my
pretty cool.
babies.
Isn't that called being blown away?
I mean, you get chest from Bloody Floaty, so I'm not complaining about Flora's imagination.
I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures.
I wonder who that explorer is.
I think his name was Stanley.
Stanley Parable?
Stanley's an adventurer.
No one. Is he the depressed adventurer?
And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells.
You can tell he's an expert at it because he looks depressed.
The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
I mean, he looks depressed, so maybe we should just leave him for now and go into the next child?
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But right now we have other things to attend to.
Is this like timed or something, Venti? He's rushing us. Although I do like that Venti is quote-unquote vision.
Mysterious kid.
If you're injured.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Interrogate?
Paimon's thinking. Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
Little guy. Ah, Timmy.
Mondstadt welcomes you.
I do like that Venti's quote-unquote vision does have like little accessories tied to it. And you know, I get that Venti is the Archon of Animo. So obviously he'd have an Animo vision, so like if people caught him using the Animo power, they wouldn't question anything because they would see the vision. Which is why he has the vision in the first place, so he's not like caught like, oh, that's suspicious. You must be the Archon. I don't know. But in reality speaking, it would make sense if when he does have an Animo vision, just because he has lost many friends. I mean, sad to say, but sure. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be a bird.
No way!
Yeah. Yeah, this is imaginary friend at the root garden.
Well, that is unexpected.
Yeah, can we talk to him and like, calm him down?
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard?
I've heard of guardian angels, but come on.
Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
It's an imaginary friend. I mean, it would attack us in Timmy's imagination,
Postpone
but
our conversation with
I don't
Timmy
think
for the
it's
time being.
necessarily gonna do much now. Unless Timmy has the ability to, like, call on ruin guards, like, come forth, my brother, and attack these no-gooders who scare away pigeons that are literally on a bridge that people are gonna pass every day. I mean, it's time to say the line.
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line?
The one about exploring the area ahead of us later?
Seriously? Oh, alright then.
Do it!
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Yeah, how about we just leave?
Children are more open-minded.
Staring at me!
Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to
I do
children
wanna
with
talk to
such
him, though.
boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations?
Adults' imaginations are nothing but alcohol, barred songs, and I don't know what else.
If anyone tries to shoot my pigeons, I'll get my friend on them. Pew pew! Boom boom! Bang!
Okay, so we're just gonna go. I was thinking of equipping Nouvelette, but now the birds are gone. Yeah, we're just gonna leave. Guards, you gotta lock that gate because this child is dangerous. Holy crap. Oh, Flora's gone. Yeah, if you actually touch one of these, Donna's gonna stop us. Hey, Miss Flora set out those flowers. You can't just pick any you want. I set the for Flora. Wait. Oh my god! Lampgrass actually stops glowing during the day. That is so cool! I didn't realize it actually did that. Okay, that's really cool. And all the years that I've played Genshin, I never realized something like that. Yeah, actually kind of same how I never realized that there was an actual adventurers guild in Mondstadt, not just... so Stanley's being depressed. With a cat? Okay, I never realized this! I'm Stanley. Remember my name. You also hear from my stories, aren't you? Who are you? And why is the cat so close to your alcohol? Dude, get that away from them. Stanley. It's Stanley. Some adventurer you must be if you don't even know my name. Okay, but Stanley's story is actually quite sad. I am a living legend among adventurers. The man who waded through the Mare Javari and Geyser Realm. Okay, I still don't know where the Mare Javari is, and I'm anticipating that it's gonna come out in, like, Natlan, I think? Because, I mean, it said that Mare Javari was a windless land, so also souls who die there, their souls can't be carried on into the after. I don't know, that's just what Venti says. I've had enough stories to tell for 3 days straight. Where's the Mare Javari? Sharp. That's the best out of all my legendary stories. Yeah, I wonder why. On the other side of the continent, there's a barren domain where nothing grows. A sea of ashes with nothing but silence that will make your ears ring. Okay, is it a domain? I thought it was like a ravine. Goes on and on. And then the monster created a vortex in the Mare Javari, so I held on to my friend's hand. Yeah. Goes on and on. Sadly, I was the only one to return home to Mondstadt with tears in my eyes. Yeah. You guys falling asleep? Wake up, you! Okay, but is it a domain? I don't think it's a domain. It's not one of these domains. I mean, that's Forsaken Rift, but... maybe it's a domain in Natlan? I don't know, but he's drinking with the cat, and that's actually kind of cute. Diluc and Kaya! Oh, what a perfect combo!
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half the fun.
Okay, but he likes his grape juice, and grape juice is literally just unfermented wine.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused, even if you drank alone.
I mean, that's true.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
Yeah, because you guys hate each other.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
The glare! Venti's just watching. He's sitting in the chair, too. He's happy to watch.
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
Kaya, stop antagonizing him. You wonder why he hates you.
Throw you out?
That's literally like a black cat and an orange cat.
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off
or
his
maybe
mansion.
Like a
or
orange cat that's really sassy, because Kaya's got stuff to hide too. I mean, he's one of the descendants of the Abyss, or one of the descendants of the creators of the Abyss Order, because his last name is Alberic. But I feel like that's still not all of it.
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so?
Okay, but doesn't
Then
he
I
still
trust
have
you
your
were most
father's
swift
mansion?
indeed to part with a certain vase?
Oh, he does have his father's face still.
Sorry, I have no recollection.
Ah, perfect
That's
timing.
odd. Master Diluc, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one. Unmistakable, in fact.
Shut up. Now, I think that's their father's vase. D-Luke's father, technically,
Seems
but
our
Kai's
suspicions
adopted
were
father,
right.
that is dead.
Grown-ups don't appear to have imaginary friends.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
Okay, but what about Venti? I feel like Venti's friend would be him as well. Because, I mean, Venti was originally a wind spirit. He wasn't originally this 15 to 16-year-old boy.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up? Okay, well, Paimon, for one, never wants to grow up.
I don't think you can grow up. I don't even
This
know what
raises
you
an
are.
interesting question. At what age exactly do people's imaginary friends disappear? Let's
I
go
don't
and
think
check.
it depends on age. I think it just depends on the person. We just checked the wrong people. Can I
How
talk to them?
about Ellen?
Can.
Someone of her
Hardworking
age surely
Cilio
must have some imagination
and Reckless
left,
Palette.
don't you think?
Yeah, I hate you, Reckless Palette.
Somehow, Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary.
I mean, I already know her imaginary friend. I mean, yeah, her imaginary friend is kind of scary, but it's not.
So, let me get this straight. You have a device
We actually
with
talked
which
to
you
her,
were
that's
trying
cool.
to see if I have an imaginary friend?
Yeah.
You're wasting your time.
Oh.
And to be clear, 15 years earlier, you still would have been wasting your time.
Are you like 30 or something, dude? How old are you? Or are you like 25 or something? I don't know.
Imaginary friends. Wow. What a fascinating thing to
I like how they're polar
I would love
opposites.
to join you, really, but I'm already several drinks in.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, you can hold your liquor, but I could tell. And I like that they're polar opposites because even their hair color and eye color and everything is the exact opposite. Because red is the exact opposite of blue. And their outfits are different too. Like, his outfit doesn't have much, his outfit does. I don't know. I really like these two.
One more, please. I'm feeling better already.
And yeah, you tell Kaya not to drink
If I
too
could
much.
have an imaginary friend, it'd probably be a beer mug.
Yeah, I was expecting that. Beer mug or a lyre for poets and stuff.
Me? No. I don't imagine any friends. Too busy imagining epic adventures.
Ah, that's lame. Yeah, epic adventures when I have to save your butt constantly. You're useless, Reckless Palette. I'm not gonna put any salt on it. You are useless. Going down to Ellen though, because she's like, I want to assume she's like 16, 17 something, right? Her imaginary friend is Jean. She's a fangirl.
Jean? What is Jean doing here?
I mean, she's not really
is
here.
Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend?
Is Ellen just ignoring us, or does she not hear us somehow? Ellen is really determined to become a knight.
Yeah, she's so conscientious. It's terrifying.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
are you
now
guys
you
doing?
notice us.
Are you always training here?
She is.
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley
And
talking
yet, you're
about
still
his
not in the Adventures
adventures.
Guild.
It was
Or Adventures Guild.
incredible. It
Knights
got
of
me
Avonis
really
either.
pumped up.
You and
Oh,
Noelle.
I hope I can be as
I mean, Noelle
outstanding as
deserves
him
it
one
more, no
day.
offense, but still.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously,
I don't
want
even
to
think
become
Jean
a knight.
fights when she
And
doesn't
if I
have
got
to.
to go on an adventure with Jean
Because she's the
herself,
acting grandmaster. She's
even better.
she'll work on
Ellen
paperwork.
really looks up to Jean.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody has an idol.
Oh, thanks. I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang
How
out
old
with
are
the
you, Ellen?
honorary knight.
Oh,
Would
god
you
dang
join
it!
me for some sword training?
Of course you would ask that.
How can I smash all these training
And
dummies
yet,
at
you're
once?
same audio.
Wins. So that's how to do it. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that was so difficult.
Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go in my training.
Yeah,
So modest.
swipe your
for one
sword
think you're quite
quickly
the pro at
around
this
you.
already.
That'll do it.
Well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my
I'm pretty
fitness
sure I
needs
could
some
do
work.
Lumine's
One day,
skill
though,
too.
I'll smash all the training dummies in Mondstadt.
Ellen, she's our girl. If she can't do it, Hilly Churl.
Nice.
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot there's something I was supposed to do today.
Is that relating to the lore?
But I'm so sore from training. I can hardly move.
You can't even defeat those
Honorary
dummies. How
Knight,
are you sore from
could you
training?
deliver a message to Jack for me?
Who's Jack?
He's a friend of mine. Recently started as an adventurer. We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss
Why don't you
adventure
start as
plans.
adventurer? Clearly
Could
you
you
have
let him
more
know
luck
it'll
there
have to be
than
another day?
Knights of
If I'm not
Avonis.
mistaken, you
To
should
fight
find
it
him
as
at
an
the Temple of
adventurer.
the Lion. He's
I mean, not
adventuring
all
with
the time,
Stanley
but still.
today. Stanley's a truly legendary
Oh, I
adventurer,
remember this.
renowned in all of Mondstadt. He once set foot in the Mare Javari.
Temple of the Lion? Sure, I don't miss that place.
Great. Thank you so much.
Man, I gotta do your dirty work for you. You suck. Alright, I mean, I'll still go, obviously, because I get rewards and stuff, but I remember how this goes and I don't, because I remember us going to Daruba Gorge, and I don't remember how we lead there. This quest might actually be longer than I initially thought. Because I don't remember the domain.
Temple of the Lion?
Venti!
Explored this
Woo!
place once before, didn't we? During the
I mean, I did
story
get Venti as a
time
character, so I don't know why I'm so excited,
Seems
but
like it's not
Archon!
a hot spot for
Yeah!
adventurers. That can only mean one thing.
For like the longest time, Venti was my
We
favorite
didn't
character,
back
but
on
then
the loot last
it's
time.
all Archons that are my favorite characters. All Archons and
Looks
Daneslift.
like we can't go any further.
I wonder what we're supposed to do.
Not to worry. Allow me.
Yeah, it's
Those
gonna
who
leave without
wander
me,
in
isn't
the
it?
dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily sky high. There's a limit to that. But sure. Go ahead, Venti. Mr. Infamous Bard. Ooh, the Hillies! Can I defeat them all with Venti? That'd be
Brace
nice.
yourselves.
He actually has quite a large AoE too.
Yeah.
What's this weapon? Elegy for the end. Elegy. Whatever. Mental mastery. See, I don't actually know what you're supposed to build Venti on. But I know he is really good with the stringless. Actually a lot of characters I think are good with the stringless, but I don't know. I don't know what you're actually supposed to build him on. Now, I believe... Yes! If you unlock his... Was it his first? Yes. If you unlock his first constellation, then you can actually, fire multiple arrows at once instead of just one when you do this.
Yeah.
Now, you might not be able to see it. Can I... It fires 3 arrows at once. It's nice.
Yeah.
And you can actually see that during the Mondstadt Archon quest, too.
Yeah.
What is that little doodad thingy? It's weird. I'm more used to the stringless than anything. Yeah, and unlike most bow characters, I mean, all bow characters have, like, a certain amount of animations. And obviously, the very ending attack would be, like, the most heavy attack. Like, there, it's charge up attack. It's really cool animation. But for his first attack, he actually fires 2 arrows instead of 1 arrow, like most bow characters. Yeah, let me just swirl this. Yes, I see you behind that. And let me just boop.
Think you can get away?
Easy peasy. Oh god dang it, there's so many more. Oh, not even that many. Never mind. Alright, let me heal, but no, that was not healing. No! That was not healing, Gooba. Thank you. Did not mean to do that. Nope. I'm used to having 5 characters. I got a boom boom bucket on those barrels because, I mean, Who wouldn't? If I see, it's just always a rule for me. If I see an explosion, I have to do the explosion. Don't know why I thought that was gonna work, but it's a chest here.
Wouldn't gliding be
And
faster?
1 radish. Ooh, now this is gonna be a bit tricky.
Are those guys?
Abyss mages. Oh, those guys behind them. Right, yeah. I forgot about them.
Yahoo!
Ooh, yeah, you're actually gonna do that. But I can still do Venti's burst, which is nice. So I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, and I actually do need other characters. Just to get rid of your, yeah, there we go.
Let the show begin. Let's play.
Why are you having 5 characters? I want to do it all with Venti. And I'm gonna suck you in a vortex. Because Venti's cool. Alright, you guys are completely useless. Stanley, you said you're a legendary adventurer. Stop lying. Barely made out with your lives, you're gonna say?
I was so sure I was about to die.
Yep.
To be fair, that could have gone either way.
What do you mean?
So,
you
must
summoned
be
a
Jack
black
the
hole.
Adventurer, I assume?
Yes. Who are you?
Actually, we came looking for you.
Yeah, actually, you
Ellen has a
shouldn't
message
be
for you.
adventuring with
She said she
Stanley.
won't be able to
Nobody
join you
should.
today to plan out your next adventure together.
Because he's a
She'll
goddamn
join you
liar.
some other time.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me.
I mean, all
and then had
adventurers
to
are
rescue
like
me.
look up to Stanley, but they shouldn't.
I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that Stanley.
You, country bumpkin, we're not doing a goddamn thing.
You are Stanley? You are that legendary adventurer? Renowned in all of Mondstadt? Who once set foot in the Mare Javari?
See, is there gonna be like more Mondstadt land other than the Mondstadt dock? Because if so, then that's where the Mare Javari could
One as
be.
legendary as yourself. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed?
Ah.
Head back or head further inside?
Jack, what do you think? You seem younger.
I think we should keep going.
Really?
With Stanley by our side, we'll have no problem.
What about with your Archon by your
motion
side?
passed by unanimous consent.
Your Archon
Let's
by
head
your
further
side and, you know, the legendary traveler that saves your
I'm
nations.
guessing you mostly came here because
You know,
want to
forget
hear my
about me.
adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
I like that Venti says it so bluntly.
Who I am Stanley.
See, there
renowned
you can see it.
adventurer of Mondstadt.
3 arrows.
Yeah, I think we got that.
I like you, Venti.
Attitude says maybe you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved
Yeah,
the
and
Mare
he's
Javari.
Barbados.
Enough already. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth.
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Don't stroke his ego.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you?
Oh, he won't
You
shut
and your
up.
partner reached the Mare Javari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
What do you have to say about that,
There
Venti?
was a
Where is the
deathly
Mare
silence
Javari?
in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before
See, I
us.
want him to explain all this, but I don't know if he's going to stop explaining all of it.
Mare Javari. Suddenly, my partner was
Suddenly.
caught in a
Whoa,
whirlpool whipped
I'm
up
so
by an evil
terrified.
beast.
Shiver me
I
timbers.
managed to grab hold of him just in time.
I'm shaking in my booties.
So, did he make it?
No, he died.
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more, where the gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
That poor guy. How could that happen?
Yeah, thanks, Venti. You killed his
can't
friend
cry
since
so
you have no
easily
other
if you
friends.
wanna be a great
Actually, Stanley
adventurer.
should have an animal vision. I mean, not because he deserves a vision, but because he
an
lost a
adventurer's
friend.
proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure. But whatever happens, no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
You say that in front of Barbados. This is hilarious to me. I love NPCs mentioning their archons in front of their Archons. Venti's just standing there like, yeah, I totally know who you're talking
The
about.
most I can aspire to right now is beginner's commissions. Like
Venti
clearing out the
forgets
slime,
that he is
clogging up the
Barbados.
sewers.
Is there a chest there?
You
Oh, there
shouldn't
wasn't a
die
chest
in
there.
a place with no wind. Why do they keep going on about
Because
that?
your soul can't be carried away or something?
Is that why Stanley
Venti,
thinks the
explain.
Mage
You
Zarya
are
is
the
most
Archon of
terrifying
Wind.
place in the
You are
world?
the Archon of
Because
Death,
there's no
actually.
wind there?
And yet you smile. Cool animation, though. Ah, so they do stop talking. Oh, I actually do need Barbara up here. Or I don't, because there's two.
Brace yourselves.
Do that quickly, and I'm gonna get rid of your shield. Nope. Get rid of the shield, and then... No! I'm not used to having 5 characters. Come on, come on, come on. There we go.
Yahoo!
Wanted to do that just before their thing. Did not even mean to dodge that. No! It's gone!
Traveler,
I mean,
I
he's right
believe
here,
I've
but
made a small discovery.
that he's lying?
Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
Do it. I mean, that guy does look much cooler, to be fair. I mean, he's got the scars and everything.
Stanley has an imaginary friend?
Of himself.
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face.
I mean, it fits the description of Stanley himself, though he's talking a lot of bull.
You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self?
I mean...
Interesting idea. But is it true?
I mean, it could be
Please
narcissism.
excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Ah, you heard us talking about you, did you?
Bye, Stanley.
Why do you revere him?
Do you two still have time to spare?
No.
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret.
Ah,
something
here
he's
we
never
are.
told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago, they were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa herself. The sword of brilliant valor and the shield of magnificent honor.
Actually, Venti helped Vanessa with a lot of things, obviously. But so Venti actually knew Vanessa personally. But it's just in the manga that they showed this. But she actually formed the Knights of Favonius with Venti. So, I mean, you don't need to tell the tale of Vanessa to Venti, because he knows.
I don't know whether you believe me.
He's
but
Barbados.
Apparently.
And Vanessa
both the
was
sword
chill about
and
it when she
shield are
learned that
still
he was
right here in
Barbados.
Mondstadt,
Obviously,
over in
she didn't
Dadaupa
believe him,
Gorge.
but...
Since you guys are the experts at
chill.
this, can you come with me to try and
I
retrieve
do
these
like
two
Vanessa,
legendary
though. She
weapons?
has red hair. Would be cool if she was like a playable character, but it makes sense since she's not, because, well, obviously she's not alive. Stanley seriously own these weapons? Why did he abandon them in the wild, then?
I don't know. Outstanding individuals always come with their quirks, right? If I can just
Yeah,
get
you're
a hold
not
of
gonna
something
question it.
impressive
You
enough to show my family
NPCs
what
are
I'm capable
idiots.
of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer.
I mean, you're part
Right
of the
now,
Adventurers Guild,
I'm
so I
just
feel
a
like you're an
rookie.
adventurer, but...
My abilities are limited.
Oh,
and
right!
my
Ellen
parents
said that
don't
you only
support my
joined the
goals
Adventurers
one
Guild
bit.
recently. Dude,
So, what
it
do you
takes
say?
time!
Help a guy out? I can't bring myself to tell Stanley
I
about
mean,
it
you're not
because
like the
my
reckless
reasons are
palette, so
well,
I'll be glad
selfish.
to help you out.
But
That is one
I
giant
swear I'll give the
onion!
weapons back to him
That
as soon
onion's
as I'm
bigger than
done.
your shoulder!
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out.
Hard to say no after that sub-story.
Venti, you coming too?
Do it!
I don't know.
Come on!
Oh,
You've got
one other
nothing
thing.
better to do other
I
than
have
drink
a bottle
alcohol
of
and
rare
sing
vintage
songs for
wine
apples.
that I had someone fetch for me a couple years ago. Help me find these weapons, and it's all yours.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
There's no other way to convince Venti to come with you. Yeah, he knows he was caught. He's gonna completely ignore that. Why does it say the quest is in Mondstadt as if this isn't in Mondstadt? It is in Mondstadt. I don't know the actual lore of domains, but it's really suspicious. Okay, so it's just over there.
The wind knows me.
So I knew we were going to Datopa Gorge for something, but I didn't remember what. I mean, I remember what for, obviously, but I didn't remember like when we would go there because obviously I haven't played this in such a long time. Right, we gotta defeat some Hillies or what? Classic wooden shield? That Hilly has a shield. What are we looking for specific? Ah! In here, right? Yes. Sword.
That bunch of hilly churls. Are they holding some kind of ceremony?
I mean, the Hilly Churls are always holding some kind of ceremony.
Are they worshipping them?
Oh, there's more!
So
I was like, wait a minute. Why isn't the sword unlocking? Oh, wait. Okay, so they're actually doing a little bit more damage just because of the reactions that they did to me. Holy crap. I didn't realize there was more. I was like, why isn't the sword unlocking? I defeated the Hilly Churls in like 2 seconds. It doesn't make sense. These enemies are too weak to use my burst either. Sword of Brilliant Valor. This looks like a raggedy old sword to me. Alright then. This is wait, I just realized this
the Sword of Brilliant Valor
is literally like what happened with Zhongli explaining about the single Mora coin, that it was probably just another simple coin traveling the world of Tibet.
Are you sure?
It'll explain itself in a second.
And a little worse for wear, too.
Well, a little more than a second, obviously, but still.
Why would hilly churls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
I mean, they bow before their food, they bow before
a pile of spoils these
I don't know,
already celebrating.
A giant purple rock that calls itself the Sinner? I don't know. I've never forgotten the Archon quest in or not Archon quest. Traveler story quest in Sumeru. That one's really creepy. They're all creepy, but still really creepy.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic. I'm at a loss
Venti,
for
you
words.
should realize what this is. I think he does realize what it is, but he's doing this for Jack.
Have you ever seen an crystal fly? They're found in the open country around Mondstadt City. If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite
they are
crystal
pretty, though.
dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's the brilliant ray of light that guides you out from the darkness.
That was some very elaborate ox dung. I like the way Lumi put it.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
You literally have no proof. Other than Venti. Venti was beside Vanessa almost all the time, and Vanessa did technically send to Celestia, but she exited Celestia as a falcon, so I don't know if she became a god or not. I don't know how the ascension to Celestia works exactly. Did Vanessa even have a vision?
So, we got our sword.
I thought it was only
Now
vision
just
wielders
need
that could
that
ascend to
shield.
Celestia.
Let's scout around. It's definitely in Datopa Gorge, so...
There's somebody there.
I wonder who that somebody is.
Stanley? What's he doing here?
He's
I think Venti knows why he's here.
What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh, it's
Did you
nothing.
not notice
Just one of
Stanley
those
just there?
spouting weasel thieves passed by is all.
Oh, definitely a weasel thief.
What? Where? I want to see.
Weasel thieves are only in Liyue, are they not?
Maybe another time.
Well, not only,
we have
but
a shield to find, remember?
are there any weasel thieves in Mondstadt?
Wind Strider.
Oh, thought I did his burst. Thank God I didn't. Glad I pressed E instead of Q. Done that quite a few times. Yep, knew you were gonna notice me. Alright. Well, you're gonna follow me for a while, so I might as well just do that. You drop anything? Ooh, you do drop your mask. I do appreciate that. Look, this villager has a different shield. Because he's special. And it's definitely a legendary shield from a legendary hero.
Shield of magnificent
With
honor.
beautiful red hair.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood.
He doesn't have pants, he has shorts.
With the
Or
handle
whatever those are
attached.
called.
Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
A hilichurl?
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Okay,
this
but
was just taken from a
handle,
wine
to be
barrel.
fair.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this
Stanley
is
may be
none other
lying,
than the
but he
shield
might
of
be good at
magnificent honor.
architect.
Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has fought in countless wars and lived to tell the tale?
I mean, I feel like
Though
Vanessa
the
would have
soldier's
a
body
pyro
be tired
vision,
and
to be
torn.
fair.
Still, they
There's
fight
like
to the
passion
very
and
end,
stuff.
till
Oh.
they have no blood left to bleed. Such magnificent strength of will. Is that not the true meaning of honor?
He's just doing this for Jack, and I love it so much. And he's in top form today.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay
You could
new and
literally
shiny
just
for long.
find a shield anywhere
Okay,
and say it's
Well,
Vanessa's sword,
maybe
and
if we
he'll
ask
believe it.
nicely, he'll just let us take the shield of magnificent honor for free.
Right, there's actually something we need to do here, isn't it?
Excuse me, Mr. Hilichurl? Well, okay, you take it from here. Hope you've picked up some Hilichurlian by now. If not, there's always body language.
See, I feel like, Ella's, close enough, Ella's imaginary friend would be a hilichurl that she could practice her hilichurlian language with. Vin Plata Dada? Oh, yep!
Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all.
Now, there's actually a hilichurl book or piece of paper that you can get. Please take this hilichurl mask that I stole. I love that. There is a hilichurl language paper that you can get from one of Ella's quest. God dang it. Not Ellen. From Ella's quest that'll actually help you in the long run, but I don't know if I have it. Not that I can look back either. I don't know if that means anything good. Please take the sweet flower I picked. Oh, yay!
Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all.
Do hilichurls like music?
Well, if you insist, a tune I shall
It's for
strum.
the shield, Venti! The shield? Oh, yay! We actually got on hilichurl's good side!
Maybe negotiating will work after
I
all.
mean, his hearts are all the way up, so...
Oh,
Yes?
yeah. He actually gave us the shield.
Guys, thank you so much.
But most
I
of
can't
the
believe
lord
I
handles, and those
actually
are
found
just
them.
used for, like,
Mom, Dad, check out the
opening a
legendary
wine
weapons I
keg.
found.
I don't know. And he's gonna run off like a child. Yep.
Hey, wait!
Bye!
The wine, you promised! And I actually helped a lot this time.
You did help a lot, Venti. You did it for the wine.
What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Think you could do the classic hide behind the tree and you'd be invisible?
Hey,
You're an
what
idiot.
Are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You
He was
you,
bribed by
out for a
wine.
stroll, too?
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise. We
After
were also helping
dinner?
a friend look for something.
It's like midday.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud.
You're starting to think it? He's definitely a fraud, no question.
Did Stanley plant the sword and shield
Okay, she's not
here in his
talking, though.
pants so as to not hurt Jack's feelings?
Adventurers must be pretty familiar.
I like
with
how
Grotto
they're
Opa
all
Gorge.
being so
You
kind to
thought that was here
Jack.
before, after
That
all.
is so cute. They're just helping a
Better believe
prospering
I could
adventurer.
navigate this whole area with my eyes closed.
I
Wow.
highly doubt that.
Then I admire your perseverance and your memory too.
It's only to be expected of a great
Yeah, your
adventurer
memory is
like
probably better
me.
than Mitty's, I'm gonna
You
be
guys
honest.
had better watch out, though. This place is
You open a
crawling with
chest, he
hillocks.
says, thank
I,
Barbados. And
I'll
it says,
get
wait
back
a
to
minute.
my, stroll.
Because he forgets that he is
Goodbye.
Barbados. And I don't know if that's him just joking
Guilty
or if that's
conscience
him
much?
forgetting. Because
Well, he
occasionally
shouldn't have gotten
I
so
forget that
carried
he's
away bragging to
Barbados.
Jack, should he?
It's hard to believe
Although, on
this
further reflection, I must
drunkard
say
is
I'm
Barbados.
intrigued.
Wait!
Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead.
Okay, so I searched it up in the past. It said that Venti, like, looked to be around 15 to 16 years old. But then Charles, the bartender at the Dawn Winery, or not Dawn Winery, Angel Share, he wouldn't give us alcohol, but he'll give Venti alcohol? Is he, like, committed to buy D-Luke to give him alcohol because D-Luke knows that Venti is Barbados? I don't know how that works. Because he shouldn't be giving alcohol to a child, and yet he's not giving it to us because we look like a child, but we're not a child. Venti's not a child either. Maybe it's D-Luke playing in there. I don't know.
I wonder, if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future, which way would they go?
Depression?
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing to myself.
Ah, yeah.
Anyway,
Simple music.
I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Why specifically Angel Share, I wonder? I don't know, so good side. That's probably like the first time I did that because I always at least got one wrong. But no, I didn't. I'm so happy. When is that gonna cap up? I don't know. I mean, obviously it's not gonna go up 3 in like 20 seconds. It's only gonna go up 1 in 20 seconds, but it should be by the time I end stream. Now, I think it said 1800. It's almost 1800. Which, when is 1800? That'd be 6, right? I feel like they consider 6 p.m. to be like dusk or, you know, sunset and stuff. I mean, that seems reasonable. But I don't know specifically. And then 6 in the morning would be... And he's gone! 6 in the morning would be like... dawn or something like that. I don't know. To the tavern because Patton is always there. Don't know what Patton's doing. Hi, you're new. You're not normally back there. Why are you back there?
You know, I'm glad I actually had the chance to come down here today.
Oh, you're not gonna
The
be.
tavern isn't overcrowded, and I couldn't be in a better mood.
Why? Okay, so... Okay, so he's depressed. But I feel like he's in a happy mood because Kaya drank too much and then he was able to kick Kaya out of his premises. I feel like that's why he's in a happy mood. This is gonna be hilarious. I like how we sit behind him to try to hide. Oh yeah, we're just sitting at the Angel Share, just
Tell me, Stan.
pretending to not be
Tell
here.
me, what should I do?
What's with the 4 cards?
Why does he
We
keep
took his
mentioning
card
his
stack!
own name?
He has 4 cards and we have the rest of them. There's another Stanley.
Surely not. Even I've never heard tell of a second Stanley.
Yeah, obviously, because he hasn't told about the second
It should
Stanley.
have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Meljabari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your
Okay,
name?
those aren't even normal cards though, at least that one. Okay, to be fair though, I mean, yes, he is a fraud, but I do feel bad for him because, I mean, he did lose his friend, and it'll explain in a second how he lost his friend. Oh yeah, big shocker.
If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer.
He saved.
Destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen because your life was cut short. And all because of a worthless tag-along.
Okay, it is pretty sad because the real Stanley, not this Stanley, but the Stanley in his stories and the Stanley that actually did the adventuring, saved a kid adventurer. Who was this Stanley? I feel like his real name would be like Garrett or something. I don't know. Does he actually mention his real name? I don't think he does. He just took Stanley's name. But he saved the kid's life in turn for his own life. So it makes sense why this guy feels guilty even now.
Does anyone get what's going on here?
Yes, I feel like it's just
think
you
our
out of the
friend
blue.
really did make it to the Mare Javari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too.
Ah, yeah, you're
But
talking
the
so
real
silently.
adventurer, the real Stanley. That was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the
But
one
what's
who
his
died
name?
to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our
The fact that Felix is there is so hilarious.
in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
That's why it's Venti's story quest, because Venti did the exact same thing. I mean, I don't know if his bard friend saved his life or whatnot, but he definitely sacrificed his life for the war and ended up dying after Decarabian was dethroned. And then, obviously, Venti became Barbados instead of just a simple wind spirit. I feel like that's, like, right as Venti became Barbados is when he became that, the form of his friend as well. But, I don't know.
I fear that may be the case.
Also, Archons can... Why do you have, like, no light in your eyes? That's honestly creepy, but... I mean, it fits the moment. But... Oh, god dang it, I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. I don't know. I'll probably remember in a second.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity.
I mean,
Mondstadt
that's
must
cute.
remember.
Oh, yeah, you
Stanley
can also
reached
see
the
our
center of
reflection
the
in the
magic
bottle,
heart.
too. Probably.
He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley.
You're not Stanley.
I'm
You're
sorry,
like
Stanley.
Garrett or something.
Getting too old. Now,
I wonder how old Stanley would be.
are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
We heard all the story we need to. I like how they all just turn away like, oops. Yeah, you weren't that quiet sitting behind him. I don't know how quiet you think you were gonna be. Right then.
Go away.
No.
Save your questions. And just leave me in peace.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
I don't think
Honorary
Barbados
Knight,
is gonna leave.
Venti and Paimon. I'm so glad
Right,
you guys
I
are
forgot
here.
the Jack intervened
I've
here.
been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
Oh, Jack is
Oh,
cute. He just
really?
wanted the support of his parents, didn't
really.
he?
They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
Oh, Jack.
That's wonderful. So, Jack.
Jack, you're
is this
adorable.
the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Tevat?
No, not yet.
Huh?
I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet.
Okay, baby steps though. You
And
got this,
besides,
Jack.
I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell.
Debatable.
They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the
He has
first
the
place.
stories of Stanley, not of
Stanley,
himself.
Oh, you're drunk again.
Again.
We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off, maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Oh, Jack is such a fanboy and it's adorable. It's melting my
Stanley's really
heart.
fond of that kid, don't you think?
Vice versa. Oh, he really is drunk.
Jack left.
Oh.
Jack's
I
gone.
see. Well, thank you for not telling him about my secret.
I mean, it's not our secret to tell.
All of a sudden, you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Oof. Hard
Just
burn,
now,
Venti.
I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished.
Oh, he's
Just
a
really
kid.
old, feckless fraud.
I mean,
But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of
I
potential.
feel like he'd be a little older than
I
a
cannot
teen, but he's
allow
still a
his
kid.
dreams to be crushed.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences.
I mean,
They're
he
all true,
himself
aren't
is a fraud because he pretended to be Stanley, but the stories aren't the frauds.
Experiences? What's the point of them anymore?
So
To be
you're
honest,
just
my
gonna
memories of adventuring
drink
and of
yourself to
Stanley,
death then?
They're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all.
I mean, it's not like
And
you
my
can do
biggest
anything
fear.
about Stanley's death.
All
It's weird
these
saying
years,
Stanley when
I've been
Stanley's
meaning
right
to
in front of
tell
me,
his
but he's
story.
not Stanley.
But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore.
I mean, you're getting old, man.
But the one thing
Gonna
I
be
can
honest.
never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Debatable. All that remains is this imaginary friend and your memories of him.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior. And that image has held him captive his entire life.
Yeah, say that right in front of him.
I never let go, but still so much has slipped away. I'm completely and utterly worthless. No
Aw.
adventurer should have to go that way. No adventurer ever.
Why did you guys go that way?
Hans Archibald.
His name is Hans. Oh, that seems
My true
German.
name? How did you know?
You still remember your name? Oh, Venti's soft smile is melting my heart.
I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari.
You only do this now, Venti? Seriously? Did something happen in the past where he wasn't able to do
I always
the
believed
wind in the Marriage of Ari?
you existed.
I like how it
You
looks
hand
like
me your
Venti
old
has
friend's
wings
spirit.
of wind. Although I wish they showed his actual god form. Although be it very skin related. He has a lot of skin in his other form. See, the fact that D-Luke was there just watching this.
I can't believe it. Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados.
If you didn't understand that, Venti basically just showed that he was Barbados to Hans Archibald, I think. I don't know. You still seem like a Garrett to me. But Venti showed that he was Barbados. And basically cast wind into the Marriage of Ari so he could set his friend's soul free. Stanley's soul free. After what, like 40-something years or something? Or 30-something years? Venti, why is there no wind in the Marriage of Ari? Is it because it's not in your nation? Where is the Marriage of Ari?
I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down.
I mean, your
But
friend's soul was just set free.
think that I'm gonna be okay.
Really? I mean, everybody knows you as Stanley, not Hans.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out.
And yet you still didn't talk to him about that when he came in here.
See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
The usual place.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be?
Oh, I understand what he means by the usual place. Okay, so there are two places that could be the usual place. No, I'm trying to search up what Murajavari is, but all I could see is that it says, like, it's at the end of the world or something like that. I don't know. Alright, see you there.
Hey!
Left out again! There's two places that he could be. His statue and the statue of Vanessa. The fact that D-Luke was there just watching. Also, apparently, canonically, Kazuha can't hold his liquor, and it's hilarious.
Stanley.
You
many
did
years
see
after
that.
the fact, it's not even his friend himself that holds him back anymore. But I,
You
for one,
literally.
am
Okay,
confident
well, you
that the
do
people
know
of
that Venti is
Mondstadt will not
Barbados,
forget
so.
his friend's story.
I didn't hear what you said
Stanley,
last.
so many years after the fact, but I, for one, am confident that the people of Mondstadt will not forget his friend's story.
Oh, D-Luke! That's sweet! Oh, I love that. D-Luke, you melted my heart. Because D-Luke already knows that Venti is Barbados, so there is no shocker there. But D-Luke's just sitting at the bar, just watching Venti exercise his soul. Oh, that's just hilarious. And Six-Fingered Jose isn't here to stop me from leaving. Yes! Alright, so it is a statue. Because we originally met Venti at his statue. That's where we originally ran into him. Well, I mean, we didn't originally run into him there. We ran into him in the forest, but then he teleported away and yada yada. Yeah. You sit on your own hands. Not conceited. I mean, did I even wish for Venti here? Where did I even wish for Venti? I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD. Venti. One of my favorite Archons, and by that I mean one of my favorite 7 Archons.
Finally.
Yeah.
Just tell us where you mean next time.
I knew where he meant.
We looked everywhere.
Oh, Venti.
So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Wouldn't it be illegal to be up here or something?
Jack made it out to be a rare
I mean,
collector's
obviously
edition
not for
vintage.
you, but the sisters don't know that you're
Actually,
Barbados.
it's just a half bottle of regular cider.
You were expecting something
This
good?
takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet.
Wait. Wait, they created the Barbados statue before? Wait, that doesn't make sense. They created the Barbados statue before Decarabian was defeated, or before you took on the form of your friend? Maybe after Decarabian was defeated and Mondstadt was then ruled by aristocrats. Mondstadt was ruled by aristocrats for a while. Maybe after all that, Mondstadt was then ruled by aristocrats, is when they created the statue of Barbados, and then and that's when you took the form of your friend? I don't understand the lore and timeline of all this, because that doesn't make sense to me. How would they know what to create up? Because, I mean, yeah, the Barbados statue does have wings, because his original form does have wings, but his original, like, angelic god form has wings, shows a lot of skin, but it has the braids. And he says he hasn't even taken on the original form at that time. That doesn't make sense.
It was about
Maybe he means by
2,600 years
this
ago,
form.
before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant who
Decarabian.
sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers.
They were only allowed in Old Mondstadt?
Right? You mentioned it before.
Who owned this Mondstadt? I
That's
mean, I
right.
get that it was snow-filled because
tyrant of the winds
Barbados
who
got
once
rid
ruled
of
from that
all the
tower was
snow and
Decarabian,
capsized the
god of
lands
storms.
so his people could be freed. Decarabian, god of storms. Oh, you said before the 7. So was the Archon War 500 years ago then too? Or what's the difference between the Archon War and that? I feel like the Archon War would have, if it's not the same as the Cataclysm, that it had to have been like 1,000 to 2,000 years ago. Because Venti said a god of storms before the 7. But Zhongli's 6,000 years old. Maybe at the time he wasn't one of the 7. He was just a god roaming the lands.
Back then, I was but a wisp among the 1,000 winds.
You were adorable!
I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form.
Okay, so you weren't even a god back then. So then you ascended to godhood?
I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind. A gentle
I want to
breeze
see
bringing
that.
subtle changes.
I mean,
for
I
the
know what it
better,
looks like, but
or tiny
like in the
seeds of
game.
hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
Oh, much different. That's literally what he's saying.
Yep. My current form is not so different
And
from
his
the situation
Barbados
with
form
fake
doesn't even
Stanley.
look like this. It doesn't have like a
I
cape or
took the form
anything.
of a friend.
Because his Barbados form shows skin, and his Barbados form has this hair.
In old
Cussy!
Mondstadt transpired the story
Woo!
to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy, not that old.
Oh!
The lyre he played, and for a song he sought.
Oh, during
But
Decarabian's
storm walls
rule.
blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light.
This girl gave me chills.
But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn. For the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The
This
true
Decarabian
sky
was
and
tyrant.
songs that cageless soar. Were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned.
That's what
extending
Venti
his
looked like.
hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls.
Heck
from this
yeah!
land.
Does your friend have a name?
The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious,
I know
we
who that
fought
girl
to be
is!
free. Gods
Okay,
fell,
there's actual
winds whipped,
lore about
nations
the
shook
girl in the
violent.
bottom right, and I think the guy in the
smoke, a despot
bottom right
met
as well,
his
just
doom.
above the girl.
And we
That
watched
girl.
as his great tower fell none
I
too
think she
soon.
had the Amos's bow.
Mondstadt began anew. The story passed down.
I think she had
And since
Amos's
then,
bow,
never has another worn
which
its
might have
crown.
actually been her name. There's lore that she was actually
then
Decarabian's
what?
wife, which is cool.
What happened
Cool
to your
lore.
friend?
He died. Same situation as with Staley's friend.
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
I wish to hear the next part of your Archon, or not Archon quest. Well, I'd love that too, actually. Next part of your story quest.
Yes, of course. The suspense is killing, Paimon.
Paimon, can you go fetch us a couple apples? As if I don't have hundreds of apples in my bag. My non-existent bag.
Now's the time you suddenly get a craving for apples.
I mean, Venti likes apples too.
Getting a little peckish or something.
Oh, so peckish.
Paimon's had it up to here with you.
Please? Alone time with Venti!
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes.
Oh.
But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking.
I'm Venti's true friend, but I can't tell what you're thinking because you're still hiding so much from me.
A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze.
I still don't understand the
Moments like this
entire
always take me
timeline of
back.
everything.
Back to a song that I first heard from him.
Your friend's song, but does he have a name? Was your friend's name Venti?
Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
I mean, Venti did fly to the heavens because he ascended to Archonhood, but I don't understand how, or when, or why, or I don't understand any of this. I mean, maybe they created a statue of his friend while Venti was still in his little wisp form? They created a statue of his friend with wings. Not Venti himself, not Barbados himself. And then he then took the form of his friend. I don't know. You both are really cute. Let me talk to you. The green-clad figure is uncharacteristically silent. Yeah, probably because he's thinking of his dead friend. I would be silent then too. Quietly gazes at Venti. Sometimes even the lissom wind grows heavy with grief, but not that mortals could ever see a moment oh so brief. I like that it does that. They might have updated these story quests because I feel like it didn't sit. Wait, can I sit? I can't sit. Dang it. I feel like they might have updated that. Updated some of the story quests because I don't, just a personal theory. Let me go on. No! Let me go on his head. Yes! Perfect. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying before, but Venti's quest is sad. All of the quests are sad. It's all sad, and I don't understand the lore of any of it. Why did she look down? I mean, it's cool that he does actually have wings instead of, like, a wind glider, because the birds were the first inspiration for the wind glider, and the birds' first inspiration was courage to fly. That's really cool and all, but he's 2,600 years old. How old? Like, when was the Archon War? Clearly it predates 500 years ago, because there was, like, Rukkhadevata in, like, the previous Hydro Archon, and, the previous Natlan Archon, and the previous Snezhayan Archon. Because Venti and Zhongli are the only ones that are among the original 7. So I assume it was, like, 1,000 to 2,000 years ago. But I don't know, and I'm gonna end the stream here because I'm confused with all of the lore of Teyvat, and I don't know. They're just giving us smidgens of lore, and I really hate that. I'm booping Lumine's nose. I really hate that they're giving us so few lore, but it pulls you in because they leave you on so many cliffhangers, just asking more questions than none. And that makes you want to play the story more, which, I mean, great marketing and all, but I want to know the story! Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, or wherever you're in this crazy world, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!